Yup. Wild Indian, yeah.
AV, line them up.
I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Ain't really Indian, that boy fugazi. I just keep it player, you can never play me. You got an ass so fat, girl, let's make a baby. And another one. Then I'm back to the trap, I'm trying to double some. She a bad woke chick and I love her tongue. We some jurisdiction boys, we some one-on-ones. Look, don't compare me to no Martin dog, I'm like Malcolm X. Die about our freedom, we'll leave a cracker stretch. Round of applause, boy, you know we clapping text. Chucky dog, child play, yeah, nigga, that's what's next. Open up the cans just like Arizona. Pull up masked up like we got the Rona. We set up jurisdictions when we buy the corner. How you claiming that's your hood and you not the owner? Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dawg, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dawg, cause we the shit.
Like my niggas said, bitch, we the shit. I can't keep the peace. If it pop off, then I want a piece. I'm just on release. I'm in go mode, motherfuck the thief. In these streets like EBT, when we at war, make peace with me. I don't give a damn, understand. Fuck who stole this land, white or black or tan. Understand, it's fuck who stole this land. Might have seen me get little buddy these hands. He wasn't no abo man. A lot of these dudes is Sambo man. They full of shit like my ammo can. What they call an N-word, out the wrong mouth, that's an ambulance. Wild Indian, get it in advance, or you can post date it. Ask around, I'm the most hated. Straight sacred, they stole acreage. Go ape shit, show ain't shit. It won't be televised, I don't tape shit.
Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dawg, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dawg, cause we the shit.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ame la ciencia.
African American voters are voting at just as high a percentage as Americans.
Trail in this bitch. Time done, real American. I'm from here, I ain't come here. Yeah. Say cop on my color, I die for my brothers, but I do not think that these hoes understand. It landed the Bama, they burned down your channels through niggas and slammers, equality dead. Fuck it, I up, they came back from my virgin, the feather my color, the crown with the feds. Watch how you classify when you be passing by, calling you black, it's like calling you dead. Y'all came to the land of the free and the home of the brave, but forgot that it's not where you stayed. Start having babies and switching your name around, land on the dies and you taking their place. Don't forget Democrats pushing your city back, casting your vote, put you in the grave. We write your history, filling with misery, lying, told everyone we was the slaves. Where your ancestors from? What name you took on? What boat did you bitches come on? If you had a sponsorship, you not a Thompson and see, but my people been here all along. Calling us African must be an accident. Claiming you American shit is just wrong. Clarification in case you mistaken. Sit back and remember the words to this song. Obama is not American. Rich McConnell is not American. You crackers is not American. Pan-African is not American. Remember there's two Americans. We the old, not the new Americans. Man, look how they do Americans. Black people, the true Americans. Sorry, not sorry.
For the community. Look. Damn man. A lot of y'all pseudoscientists, you be fraud as hell. Your granddaddy did it, then you did it, you can ride in here. I don't know who with me or against me, it be hard to tell. Chaos energy, I'm heated, it get hot as hell. Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 Everybody tribe up, had to be major. Yeah, I got my melanin. Guilty without no evidence. All natural, you know me. Jury, it's on me. Swagger, you matter. That's making me chase the fatter. Jared. Michael Jackson, but I'm better. Fuck all lives matter. All my teachers, all 9 ether powers. I ain't got all mine either. I don't need a preacher, I just go within. We don't need a leader, no, we gonna win. I see apples with the win again. Tell a friend, we going in. All skin still ain't kin. Y'all heard the tribunal? They sweat us dead like funerals. Winning record like Keno. Fly a lot like UFO. Joe Biden, you a hoe. You a hoe and you not original. We ain't going nowhere, you pitiful. We keep coming right back, residual. We over here lit. You know fuck about who you with. We just correcting our status and shit. What do you know about your citizenship? What do you know about your status and shit? I hate some physics like shit. Whole system ain't shit. Do something about this shit. You ain't gotta say it something like a king. This is what I seen when I had a dream. Should've had a scene, do the right thing. Carbon-based being, let freedom. I don't want 48 cause I got 40 haters. Saving myself, I don't need no savior. Say what you want, just save it for later. I don't wanna save, I'm no lifesaver. I don't even know you, stranger danger. If you gon' smoke, I'm no park ranger. Not the online type, do me that favor. Everybody tribe up, had to be major. These G don't play with me, I don't got patience. I need some gases that only see agents. Beta is your fragrance, I come from the ancients. All this division is lame shit. I was telling my knee G the same shit. Get you something to play with. Real Indians ain't it. My files be flagrant. A lot of y'all pseudoscientists. You be fraud as hell. Your granddaddy did it, then you did it. You can ride in here. I don't know who
fucked up big time. You're incapable of running this shit. Sing your $5 ass down before I make change.
Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 Everybody tribe up, that'd be major. That'd be major. 3,000.
When I do it, fuck em. Birds of a feather, they flock together, they make you a sucker. I don't fuck with nobody. If you ain't mob tied, then it's fuck you. I want numbers, some money. But if they get with this shit, I'ma flush them. I'm in South Carolina. I'm looking for Rennies, you know I'm some pimpin' though. She gotta be thick as hell. Big player, can't do nothing with no skinny hoe. Bought a Glock 47. That bitch look like a DE, I hit it with both hands. I sign my own chicks. Better stay in your lane, your little bitty broke ass.
Triple D Texas, bro. You ain't scared about the shit you be talking about? Fuck all that talking, I'm with it. Talk about business. Deep but just started, I finished. They said that I'm black, bitch, I'm engine. Fuck your Thanksgiving. Shoot at these races for Christmas. I ain't got no time for no limits. Bitch, I see murder, I'm there for my niggas. Master the peace with no just times of pictures. Came back for my pyramids, free my Egyptians. Disrespect my cook, they ass in a pot. Someone out set, conjure up, I'm in rock. Know that they know they act like they forgot. Bitch, we ain't slaves for the children of yacht. Come together, they think that they better. They took out your cheddar, put rats in your camp. Erase your maps, infiltrate snaps. That's how long they been here, act like they can't count. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Push to the limit, we rip off the fence. If you ain't my brother, then I ain't gon' spend it. Heard they was coming, they sent up defenseless. Ain't nothing personal, bitch, it's just business. The blueberries got shooting heads. Being black is dope, police is super ass. We get blamed for crimes, can't avoid the lashes. Passing prayers, never make it past them. They made you black and left you stuck with. No kumbaya, nigga, fuck forgiveness. Don't forget oppression, don't forget the lynching. Still have to pop like the way in prison. So who the fuck want the smoky smoke? Like cigarettes, I open up and throw. Niggas can't be falling for the okey doke. Every time we ride, they try to give us dope. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes.
have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business. And once you and I go into business, we own and operate at least the businesses in our community. What we will be doing is developing a situation wherein we will actually be able to create employment for the people in the community. And once you can create some employment in the community where you live, it will eliminate the necessity of you and me having to act ignorantly and disgracefully, boycotting and picketing some cracker someplace else, trying to beg him for a job.
Black on everything, nigga. Job bricks, Tulsa. Kingsley. It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. You know the saying, if you knew better, you'll do better. A lot of people ain't make it from where we came from, where it's too clever. Youngin' learns how to plant down on its own seeds, not a fruit better. Translation, you can only dumb your sound down if you let them do better. I'm the product of my poverty. Mama never owned property. The eviction notice landlord's game, that's the first form of monopoly. Found out I was indigenous to America, was a shock to me. Time to get my Aboriginal Americans out of poverty. Time to get it for real. Yup, we ain't gon' play no games with them. Linked up with some real hitters, that's where I'm from, with the same vision. Tulsa, okay, Greenwood, we gon' make it happen again. Aboriginal Wall Street, for my ancestors, we gon' make amends. It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. I done built your walls, I done paid your fines, I done made you rich while I'm barely getting by. I done slaved away at your heart's desires, had to take it all away for a piece of mind. Taking back my cream and my dreams, Carbon King, fuck you mean. Hidden agendas that you never seen, like one of the fuckers of COVID-19. Make us sick, they force vaccines, but we not trying to take no strings. Boost up black man self-esteem, no they not trying to see that scene. Cops blaming at us again, no more shaking hands. Black man with a master plan, they fear who I am. Trying to hide my identity, but I know where I stand. Grinding for me and the fam, reborn and do it again. It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black on everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make amends, you know. Take a chance, you know. Fuck it, expand, you know. Black on everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. Our hearts forever. Rest in peace, Dave Roland. Rest in peace, Jimmy, Lily Franklin. And all the survivors. Shout out to all our ancestors, man. We coming back for everything that they stole. Let's get it.
All right. Mic check. Shout out to our American Aborigines. Let me get some TVs in the chat. Let me make sure this audio is working well. I know how they do me. Most likely they're going to say it's muffled. What's up, man? We got 56 people in the building. I'd appreciate if y'all hit that like button, share the video out for me. Try to get at least 100 people in here. What's up, gang? I see y'all in here. Audio is good. It's another beautiful day. Had another beautiful new experience today. I finally got my way to a dispensary today. And I was like a little child in the candy store. I didn't even really look around and shit like that. I was more trying to get information, figure out what the fuck is going on, how shit is, where is the gas, what is the gas, where is the ass, and how to stay as fast as I can away from that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all didn't know I know how to rap too? Yeah, I'm an Aboriginal, you know. Where is the gas and where is the ass, and how fast can I stay away from that ass? I'm trying to. That's a goddamn that's a Dr. Seuss riddle. Is it Jody? My Jody. Yeah, I'm this is West Coast Ab, so you know West Coast Ab and East Coast Ab is not the same Ab. They just not. West Coast Ab does not have any bass in his voice whatsoever, and I don't. East Coast Ab had bass in his voice. He said that. That's what that. All right, I said that. He said just make you start rapping. Okay, then. Well, goddamn it, I need to go holler at somebody. Oh, and make you rap and pimp. You know what? My pimp hand was feeling a little bit stronger today, and I was wondering why. Yeah, my backhand was itching. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm smoking on sourdough today. I think that's what it's called. Sourdough. I was looking at some Gary Poppins. I had my eye on some Gary Poppin. But then I had seen it. I said, man, look, man, fuck all that bullshit, bro. What's the strongest shit you got in this case? I just wanted to go full retard. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go full retard. Hey, man, what's the strongest shit you got in this case? I done ripped the brand name off. Oh, I think it was called Bacon's Buds. I think that's what's the brand. I will be doing my due diligence to see how we can get some asteroids up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm from North Carolina. I'm North Carolina. All right. Yeah, that's that nigga right there. Mike was that nigga. That's what I said too, Jim Marte. I said, look, man, I'm an old South nigga, man. I could probably smoke some of that shit y'all got over there for $25 an ounce. It'd just be good. Like I'm my old school nigga, man. I grew up smoking Reginald. Real Reginald. Yeah, I grew up smoking Reginald and Mid and shit like that. Take you 3 hours to roll the blunts up because you got to pick out all the seeds and stems and shit. I had some. What was we smoking? The fuck? We was smoking something the other day. White runts or some other shit. Peekaboo runts. Whatever the fuck these niggas come up with the name. I mean, you niggas like I should be. You know what I should be? I just figured out my call. I should be a weed namer. You know what I'm saying? I should just name weed. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all should send me all y'all weeds. Don't name it. Send it to me. I'ma smoke that shit. And then I'ma come up with names like Peekaboo Runts and you know what I'm saying? Laffy Taffy OG and Butterfinger Kush. See, I'm good at this. Butterfinger Kush? You telling me y'all don't want no Butterfinger Kush? Come on, man. Why do y'all hate on the weed smoker so much? You know what? Maybe if you smoke some weed, maybe you wouldn't be in weed smokers chat talking shit about how much they smoke weed. You know what's amazing though? Somehow I find the ability to smoke weed and survive and do a live stream most days as well as run a family, run a tribe. Like it's amazing. And I'm smoking this good California weed, so I'm expecting to get stuck at some point. Right? This niggas told me this California shit is different how you stuck. So if y'all don't hear nothing from this weed head for about 32 seconds, just know that Cali Dro got me. Nigga, I've been fucking months without smoking weed. It's been plenty of times. Like it's not like I've never not smoked weed my whole life. Like, it's amazing how you niggas seem to know my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what else. Can you tell me how I can get my credit score to 800 by tomorrow? See, this is the type of advice I be willing to take. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me about no shit I already know. Like, yes, me and marijuana, we have a special relationship, as did my ancestors before me and their ancestors and all the ancestors that I can attest to for thousands of years. I don't know when you new niggas came along, you straight back niggas who don't do shit. I want to see you niggas prove to us that you somehow live longer, you have a better standard of life. Like, just like, if you going to talk shit about my way of life, at least explain to me how your way of life is better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you telling me being vegetarian is better, then show me vegetarians that look fucking better than regular people. Then I'll be like, you know what? I can see that, right? When I seen the 70-something-year-old lady, but about 5-10 years back, she looked like she was about 50 compared to her husband who was eating meat and shit like that. Was prolific to me. I was like, oh, okay. These niggas really might be on to some shit. You know what I mean? But then also, like, when I was just in the hospital with my pops, who most people would probably say that they motherfucking like live better, knew better, all his peers and shit. Everybody else knew everything the right way, right? But most of them niggas ain't here no more, and he still kicking. Ain't got no cancer, ain't got nothing going on. Like, I don't know, gang. Like, can you show me where not smoking weed has positively influenced your life? Like, Like that nigga Cat Williams said, if you not smoking weed, I don't know what the fuck you doing. Like if you unless you trying to just goddamn, you know, stay clean for your job and shit, or it's just not your thing. Like, cause like certain shit is just not your shit. Like alcohol, like that's not my shit. Like I could drink, but that's just not my shit. It's just it don't make me feel good. Most of the time I be feeling sick. Most of the time, by the time I feel drunk, it's too late, and throwing up is coming right after that. So you know, alcohol is just not my thing. I understand that. You know, I get it. But if you like coffee in the morning, I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna talk shit to the niggas who wake up and have a cup of Java every day because I think coffee makes you shorter, right? It's like it's fucking ridiculous. Like the reason I wanted to have this bill today is to continue to talk about the psychological statuses of our people and the constant perpetuation of certain behaviors and characteristics that are associated with certain, you know, disorders in the mental health field, right? A lot of you niggas are traumatized, including myself, and I don't hold myself like any differently from anyone else when I talk about this subject matter at all. Like everyone is held accountable, but at the same time, like something's wrong with you niggas. A lot of you niggas is weird as fuck. A lot of you niggas got some emotional trauma and damage, and it has, you know, basically been converted into narcissism and borderline personality disorder, mixed with a little schizophrenia and motherfucking some delusions of grandeur. And if you blend all of that shit up, excuse me, when you blend all of that shit up, what you have there is a nigga. Like seriously, like what you have is your everyday run-of-the-mill nigga on YouTube. I ain't even gonna put this on the whole world. I ain't gonna put this on the earth. I ain't gonna put this on the world of the earth. I ain't gonna do it. I'ma just put it on you niggas who come on YouTube. Me being one of them. When I started my YouTube channel, I never came in here shit to be a part of no damn cult or damn religion, none of that shit. I was just on my journey, gang. You know what I'm saying? Finding myself, cultivating myself with certain understandings. Really, for me, it's never really been about the information. It's just been about being in the proper frequency to move properly. You know what I mean? And to be able to build with my people and build proper relationships with people that can be sustained for a lifetime. Like I value those things. I know that's not, you know, that's not the end thing to do nowadays, you know, but I value relationships and I understand the value of relationships, you know, and so, you know, I'm always open to meet new people. I'm always open to kick it. I'm always open to, you know, have a meeting of the minds, for lack of a better term. But through doing that, you run across a bunch of different types of people, man. You just do. A lot of different people in different time periods in their lives. And that's so important. Context is so important when we talk about our people. We don't talk about our people with a level of hate or vitriol. We don't talk about our people, you know what I mean, to tear them down. Like we are bringing forth awareness to things that we can all identify that takes place within our and amongst our community as a whole. In an attempt to shock the psychological brain and the mental into maybe potentially remembering just a little tidbit of what was your culture and who you were and who you still could be and who you are. If only you understand that most of the battle is being connected to your ancestors and tapping in. Like that's most of it. Understanding who they are, knowing who they are, speaking power amongst into their names and things of that nature. Like not allowing the matrix to make you feel some type of way about your connection to your culture, to who you are, to who your people are, the good, the bad, the ugly. So in this day and time, what else can an individual do? We've seen individuals do every goddamn thing damn near. Like, what other way would people have us influence our people in a positive manner to bring forth information that may like change their lives in a positive manner? Like, I'm all for a little intellectual dialogue and all that good shit, you know. I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, I'm here to positively affect my people in a positive manner. And I understand that everybody ain't here for that. And that's cool. Everybody got a lane. You know what I mean? But once I identify that I can no longer affect my people positively with what I'm doing with it, now I got to figure out what tools that I need to get for the job at hand. I made this reference before, like everything can't be a nail. But when you only got a hammer, everything look like a nail. I'm trying and attempting, while I'm trying to put more tools in my toolbox, I'm sitting here looking at my bros like, nigga, do you got one of these? Bet. Okay, cool. Do the nigga beside you got one of these? Like, do every nigga that I can see that I've identified is on the same level, and like, do y'all niggas got these tools? What tools do you have that I don't have for a job potentially that I can't see coming, but it's on the horizon? Like, where is the connection amongst our people? Like, that's all I be asking. Like, where is the common respect and decency? Most of you niggas, a lot of niggas got fucked up situation, but most of you niggas don't come from no degenerate shit. You come from good, wholesome motherfucking people who used to go out and fucking bust they fucking ass to provide for you and yours. I ain't saying all. I'm just saying, culturally, I believe, I guess I could say definitively, culturally, you know, we take care of our people. A lot of niggas ain't fucking practicing the cultures of their ancestors, and you paying the price for that shit. I know you don't believe in that good book. A lot of us don't. They say honor your mother and your father and your days shall be long. I wonder what that means exactly. Honor your mother and your father and your days will be long. Well, I can tell you from experience, right? In the times when I was growing up as a young teen, like, man, I had a fucking ankle bracelet in middle school. I was really that little nigga. Like, I was really him. And I couldn't be controlled and I could not be contained. And throughout that time period, I didn't honor my mother and my father. I thought I knew how to do everything. I thought I had it all figured out. Smart, of course. But as I grew older, right, and I started to build more positive relationships with my mother and my father, when I started to become a father, right, and I started to understand what great sacrifice it takes just to sustain one child and to get them to make it until they have their own ability to sustain themselves. Like what all that takes place, all the fuck. Like I could just remember all the shit my mother went through with me. And just being able to, you know, balance all of that shit and push through and still be able to be a parent, to still be able to provide the nature and the nurture. Like, it's a tough thing, man, especially in this day and age where everything is here to pull your child attention away from you. Everybody knows better for your child than you. You know, it's a cold world out here right now. It's a cold world. So today's build, it's going to be kind of like a reboot of what I did back in the days of Aboriginal TV. And it's a behavior that I find prevalent, you know, within our community. And so I like to share some of the characteristics and see if this is something that you see within the community as well. And if it is, what are some ways that we can begin to address this so that we can change our culture for the better? Give me 1 second. All right. We got 97 people in the building. Y'all ready? Hey, shout out to the whippings. Thanks. Give thanks to the whippings. All the belt buckles that have been broken. Phone books. Extension cord. Give thanks. We still here. Y'all ready? So, let's talk about what is a savior complex or messiah complex. Wanting to help others can be good for your health. But if you feel like you have to do it and put aside your own well-being to do so, it can be problematic. This is known as a messiah complex, savior complex, or white knight syndrome. In some cases, it may not be a big deal, but it can be more serious than others. If you have a messiah complex, you may feel like you're destined, called to save others. You may feel responsible for helping them. You may have good intentions. Hold on. Okay, now they want to fuck with my audio. Mic check. Let me get some TVs in the chat. As I still try to get my voice Trying to get my voice bearings in this air, man. There's some different type of air up here. We got a mic check. Let me get some shout outs. I ain't even getting no shout outs today. We got 104 people in the building. What's up, gang? I'm sipping on. I ain't gonna give him no free promotion. Fuck that. I gotta give. We gotta work out a deal or something. We ain't doing no more free promo and shit. We don't do that. I'm sipping on a very exquisite juice fruit combination with mango and some other shit. Some shit y'all would never hear me drinking. But of course, I'm West Coast ab, so I'm different now. I'm West Coast ab. Yeah, I drink fruity drinks and with no liquor in it and shit like that. Shout out to Crypto Cakes Cartel in the building. Sun Babies in the building. 203 Low Gang in the building. Elizabeth Young is in the building. Hold on one second. I see Jeannie C is in the building. Hiker's in the building. Yanita Yaz in the building. Mother of Dragons. My brother Roger W. Sun Baby. Smoke Signal. Samantha White. Chia Alpers. Empress Summer Rain. Royal and Loyal. Peace to the gods. Miss Lita. John Jukes. Eagle Eye. What up? Excuse me. Dr. Swindle Hoodwinked. Who else we got up in here? I see Pat Gabriel in the building. What's up, gang? Omega's in the building. Auntie's in the building. Michael Indian is in the building. Dark Hosen. T1. What up, gang? Jen Marte. Jaguar Cloud. Sister Soul is in the building. Ghetto Child Clinic. Kemet TV. Peace and blessings to everyone. The Ancient One. Damn, y'all niggas deep. A-Dot, V-Dot's in here. F-A in here. I don't got that much voice, nigga, to keep calling y'all niggas out. Honey, y'all, we a Nike at 903. What up, gang? Darius Matthews. What up, gang? All those who watching in the background who can't type and chat. Appreciate everybody's presence. Let me see if we can get this rebooted. See if we can get this YFG314. What up, gang? All right, damn, this shit's still going. Like, Jan Roy in the building, Al Red Dog, Black Pride. All right, this shit long as hell. I don't know what I'm sipping on, nigga. This shit so good. I'm talking about this motherfucker is life changing, nigga. I don't know what they got in this shit, but this the type of shit where you want to goddamn grab a motherfucker, slap. I don't like. If our people get a hold of this shit right here in the hoods, like this some shit a nigga will fight over. Like for real. This shit so good. Like niggas will literally be stealing your shit. Like you'll just walk out the store and niggas snatch your shit. Blah! Gone. That's how good these motherfucking drinks is. Don't do that, Chiappa. Don't do that right now. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that, gang. I don't know nothing about nothing. Shout out to Craig Lloyd in the building. Mike Prentice. Shay Pink 40. All right, let's talk about the savior complex. Let me get some TVs to make sure I'm not muffled anymore. If I'm still muffled, let me know. I'll go out and come back in. me get some TVs in. What's up, Mr. Dark Fly, brother? What's up, brother? All right, bet. All right. So it says wanting to help others can be good for your health. But if you feel like you have to do it and put aside your own well-being to do so, it could be problematic. This is known as a Messiah complex, Savior complex, or a white knight syndrome. In some cases, it may not be a big deal, but it can be more serious in others. If you have a Messiah complex, you may feel like you are destined or called to save others. You may feel responsible for helping others. You may have good intentions if you try to come to the rescue at your own expense. Or you may try to play savior for more self-serving reasons, such as a desire for praise, power, or a sense of self-worth. People who have a Messiah complex can have either good or bad intentions for trying to save others. They can get positive and negative outcomes for trying to save others, as can the people they try to help. If you're genuinely trying to help others, you may want to pay attention to overdoing it. Even in the kindest actions can be harmful to mental and physical health. If you're helping because you feel superior or are craving power, if your actions harm others, it can be a sign to get help. In some cases, a person with the Messiah complex may treat others poorly and demand obedience. Some people with the Savior complex have messianic delusions and actually think they are a savior as taught in the Bible. Let me check back. Let me come back here real quick. Make sure everything is clear. Now I want y'all to look throughout the conscious community, right? And y'all tell me, do this sound like anybody you know? It's like our people that say we've gotten out of the church and shit, but then still practice the culture of the church. We'll say we fucking hate the white man and all that, but then still practice the culture of the white man. Like, it's one thing to say it, but it's a whole nother thing to walk that walk, to actually practice the culture of what you say that you are. That don't mean go out into the woods and start beating on rocks, because that ain't your culture. At least that ain't mine. I don't know what your culture is. My people's culture is way more complex than that. But anywho, so let me find my spot again. Okay, it says, if you're helping people because you feel superior, craving power, or if your actions harm others, it could be a sign to get help. In some cases, a person with the Messiah complex may treat others poorly and demand obedience. Some people with the Savior complex have a messianic delusion and actually think they are the Savior as taught in the Bible. If your good intentions go off the rails, whether you mean for them to or not, that's known as pathological altruism. it can be a result of having a savior complex. There are some gender differences in people who who help others. Oftentimes, men may be more likely to help when others need their physical strength, like carrying boxes or building houses, while women help with people who need nurturing, like offering counseling or supportive conversations. You may now you may have a messiah complex if you have the following symptoms. Want to help other people. If you like helping others, you may volunteer a lot of or even try to save others in an extreme situation that may harm you. There are benefits of helping others. Of course, when the time put in starts interfering with your well-being, it can become a problem for yourself, those in your life, and others you're trying to help. For example, you may think that sacrificing sleep to do a good deed isn't too damaging, but over time, the physical and mental effects can be toxic. Wanting self-esteem is based on what you do, while self-worth is more about who you are. You may crave either or both, which is why you may set out to help others and neglect yourself. While wanting to feel a sense of self-worth or self-esteem isn't necessarily a negative thing, it can become damaging to you or others. People with megalomania can set out to help and have a messiah complex too. A person with megalomania has an exaggerated sense of self-worth. They think they're more important than they actually are. This is different from narcissism because narcissists have an inflated sense of self-love and need for attention and admiration. In some cases, people with the messiah complex may have megalomania, which is a part of the delusional disorder. If you feel responsible for another person's needs and enable them to feel those needs, even if they're negative, you may be more prone to experiencing a messiah complex or pathological altruism. If you're already looking to save others you know, you may look to save others you don't know. You may be prone to a messiah complex if you believe you know what's best for others. That can lead to an irrational impression that you're helping others. In other words, your good deed could backfire on the person you're trying to help. Let me just check and make sure y'all still with me here. Okay, you still with me. Okay, bet. We got 101 people in. Let me get another sip of libation. It's absolutely exquisite. It's one of them drinks where you gotta hold your pinky out. Like, you cannot drink this without having your pinky out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just the flavor alone, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all the best way to, every time you sip on this bitch, you gonna look at it. And y'all know, when something is absolutely exquisite, we tend to look at it after we intake some of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's boggling the mind of what the fuck is going on and how delicious this is and how long they've been holding out on this shit. Like, they've been holding out. Anywho, it says you may start out generally wanting to help others and find that you crave the power that it gives you. Then You may start wanting to help others, but only do it for the power or feelings of self-worth. In some cases, people may help others and have a savior complex solely because they want power and self-worth. Beliefs on race can be a driver for a person to feel obligated to help others. This is known as white savior complex. People with megalomania who have delusions of needing to be praised or feel they're more important than they are may be more prone to having a messiah complex. Other mental disorders may be linked to it, but there's not much evidence showing that having any those disorders means you have a messiah complex or vice versa. Even if you truly want to help others, that's called altruism. Feeling like you have to help others can put you in danger physically if you try to save someone in a dangerous situation. Affect your mental state, especially if you aren't able to save the other person. Cause you to neglect your own physical needs, which could lead to illness. Lead you to get burned out. Affect your personal relationships. Negatively affect the person or people you're trying to help. Is a savior complex a mental disorder? The answer is no. But people with mental disorders may get a messiah complex. It's compared to grandiosity or grandiose ideas about themselves. That's when someone has an exaggerated sense of their importance, power, or identity. It's common in people with bipolar disorder. The messiah complex has also been linked to schizophrenia and delusional disorder. You don't have to have a mental disorder to experience a savior complex. You may start helping others with good intentions and continue that way, or develop a messiah complex over time. Some people help others at their own expense because they want to feel good about themselves, or they want to feel like they're in control of others. Just because you experience a savior complex doesn't mean that it goes on to hurt others, but it can be harmful to your general health or theirs. Before I continue, you said you dated somebody like this. I would be shocked. Matter of fact, let me see how many people in the chat actually experienced this before. How many people in the chat know somebody like this? By a show of ones, how many people know somebody like this? Experience some people like this? All right. So wanting to help. Oh wait. I done lost my damn spot. In my opinion, let me see. So what's the difference between what is the difference between savior complex and white savior complex? They are related. White savior complex is when a white person believes their race automatically gives them the tools to help a person of color. Experts say the efforts to help people often leave out the question of whether the need for help was caused by white people. White savior complex is also known as white saviorism or white savior industrial complex. Helping others isn't a bad thing, but it can have plenty of health perks. But sometimes when you do good things for others, you may not take care of yourself. Even the best of intentions can have negative outcomes. There are no diagnostic tests for savior complex, but a therapist or a counselor can help you identify it. Getting support may help you work out your feelings so you can still meet your desires to help others without overdoing it. If your Messiah complex seems rooted in the desire for power over others, or you believe that you are actually a savior, therapy may help you work through how your beliefs are impacting your life and those around you. I don't know if therapy is going to actually get it done all the way. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that solely therapy is going to help some of you niggas. I ain't going to lie to you. I feel like some of you niggas have gone a little bit too far with it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to rein it in. I don't know if you're going to be able to rein it in. But what I found throughout the conscious community throughout the years, so this is every other YouTube channel. Right, this is every other Facebook page. This is every other Instagram. This is the matrix that they have created for you to live in. And you're supposed to, I guess, come together to build some shit when every other person is suffering from schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, motherfucking delusions of grandeur, motherfucking megalomania. And then like, what? How are you supposed to build something with those people? I was taught that every leader that is a good leader, at one point he had to know how to be a good follower. It's like, damn, nowadays niggas just skip the following part. It's like, nah, nigga, I just lead. We don't do no following, nigga. We don't get in accordance or align with nothing or nobody, nigga. You think it's the technology fucking niggas up? Okay. Jeannie said it's the 5G got you niggas tripping. I don't know. I think that has a little bit to do with it, but I think it's a little bit more complex than that too. YouTube is a hell of a damn drug, gang. That's why I like doing these type of builds. You know what these type of builds is like? If you want an analogy for the streets, right? These type of builds is like being the dope man and then showing up to the block with no dope. Or all you got is some shit that don't nobody on that side of town use. Y'all want to get some bullshit started? Well, is that what y'all would rather do? Would y'all rather, y'all want me to get Rob Noctis and Not a Coincidence and Kid Grebo, and that what y'all want to do? Y'all just let me know. What would y'all like to talk about? Like, soon as y'all leave this motherfucker, right? Soon as y'all leave this YouTube page, y'all gonna go to another YouTube page, and some shit that I'm reading about right now, you about to see. How we gonna address that? Or we gonna do what we always do and act like we don't see shit? Until it's our fucking people. But yeah, so if you know someone that's suffering from savior complex, please have them call 1-888. I think I'm Jesus. Yeah, have them call 1-888. I think I'm Jesus. Have them talk to one of our specialists. We need to get you niggas some help. Don't call me now. I charge. But you can call 1-888. Okay, then. My stock's running up. What up, though? I think so. They sending me messages like they're running up. What's up, Smoke?
Salute, salute.
What's up, Smoke?
Shout out to the channel, to the panel, and to the chat, man. Power to the motherfucking people. Hey, far be it from me to be considered any type of motherfucker who will shy away from a touchy topic, bro. But hey, since it's on the table, let's explore all the dynamics of it. Shall we?
Well, let's do it, Smoke. You're a pretty good examiner of information and data. What do you think? Have you, from your own personal experience and research and observation, have you experienced this amongst our people? And would you say that this is something that is prevalent amongst our people, or is it something that we see more on YouTube and shit like that, social media?
Nah, it's not just a YouTube phenomenon. Even though on YouTube you can exaggerate the characteristics of this type of behavior, but it's prevalent. It's prevalent, bro. You see, I'm talking about like at jobs. You see what I'm saying? Like in the circles you run in, like amongst your peers, you always you detect these type of behavior patterns.
So what would an individual, from your understanding, what would be a natural reaction to a megalomaniac in our community?
Well, usually the niggas just get, cuss the fuck out. I mean, we niggas, right? So we really don't mind giving nobody a piece of our goddamn mind, especially when you get to working on nerves and shit. When you can't stay within a certain parameter, nigga. If you spilling all outside your goddamn container, niggas around you gonna make that shit known. You know what I'm saying? Whether you stay in denial of the infractions or not. That's just on you. But you're gonna often be told when your ass getting out of pocket. That's just that's just the way it is. So I think niggas who know they narcissistic or whatever type of complex we're dealing with now, I think I think they've been reminded or been let known that from time to time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as if though they existed in isolation with these type of attitudes.
Right. So that would basically lend credence to they know what the fuck. It ain't like the first time they ever heard that they like this, right? Especially in our community, because like you said, our people at some point you're gonna run across a motherfucker who gonna tell you about yourself. Just is what it is. Now once that takes place, right? They say a part of the issue is knowing that you have a problem, right? So if you don't think or know you have a problem, then why would you try to fix it? You know what I mean? So once somebody has identified it to you that it is a problem, like how many times do it take for somebody to say something before it actually, registers that this could potentially be true in the nigga community? Like, is there a number? Like, is there a certain, like, I don't, hold on, you got kids. What the fuck you want today, dude?
Dang, is that this the hostile welcome that I get when I just show up? Dang, man. How are you doing?
Fuck you very much.
How's your day, Ab TV?
Fuck you very much. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing okay. Trying to talk to my TV, and he's just hostile from the get-go. But I was listening to your show, and you're talking about mental health, and I'm a mental health professional. So I figured I'd come in and talk about mental health. Yeah, I'm a mental health professional.
Oh, so we got us one. So what is your profession exactly? Do you counselor?
I'm not gonna. I do. I work with I do mental health within the inmate population. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, cool. Okay. So give us some of your expertise from your field.
Well, how many times you have to tell somebody before they understand, and that's the issue itself. Just like if someone's a drug addict, you can tell them a million times until they decide to get help. It's pointless. The first step is to admit there's a problem.
Okay, so what about you? Have you seen this behavior prevalent in your community?
Not in my community, but I've seen it. You're talking about like narcissism, like a narcissist, megalomaniac,
right?
Delusional grandeur. Yeah, I see it all the time.
White knight complex.
Yeah, I see that.
Would you say that? Have you suffered from any of these before?
No, I haven't.
So, what would be your motivation for coming over here to a place where you know you don't even agree with the people or anything?
Because I don't agree with it, and I know that, I mean, for the most part, the audience is a part of this movement, right? But I'm just trying to let people know that actually trying to learn information. That's what I'm trying to address. So let's say the chat has how many people in here? Whatever. Let's say there's 100 people in here in the chat. Maybe I can reach 5 people and let them know what's really correct, or even how to verify information on their own, so they can make their own decisions. If I can get 5, I'm good. I know most of the people already got that mindset.
But that would be under the impression that what is being said is not doing that for them, correct?
Well, what you're saying most of the time is incorrect, and so I know that. And so, like I said, I'll just reach out to the people that are actually trying to learn, and then they'll
Now,
might take my word for it, and they might look it up themselves and find out.
now, do you know a part of savior complex is thinking that you know what's best for people, right?
Right, and I'm talking about what's factually correct and what's factually not correct. Is what I'm talking about.
But would that make you delusional to think that you know what's best or correct according to every person on the earth's life?
Well, no, when you're saying best, that's opinion, correct? Yes, if it's objective, yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Do you know what you're saying?
Exactly. I've saying it multiple times. There's objective information. There's subjective information. Subjective is, oh, what's your favorite color? How does that girl look? Objective is 2 + 2 = 4. So on the objective side, I know it's correct. What's not correct?
Do you know what you're saying?
Exactly. Are you missing anything? What I'm saying is not coming out clearly to you.
No, no, it sounds like tether babble a little bit. I'm trying to
So we
figure
go
out
with insults, right? Well, no, you actually you came in, you started off hot, so I mean I should expect this. So I'll say it again.
Can you
There's
say it
objective
in?
and there's subjective.
Man, we know what objective and subjective is, dude. What
So what you're objectively incorrect about, I correct it, and maybe 5 people in the chat will learn something.
what? So you gonna correct?
What's factually incorrect? Yes.
You're gonna correct me? Wait. What? Okay, so you're gonna correct me based on what I know about reality, whether it actually applies to what I know and whether it's true or not for me. So basically, 2 + 2 is 4, right? But
It's
3
not, 2
+
+
1.
2 + 2 is not 4 for you or me. This is what it is.
So it's 3 point. So it's 3 + 1, right?
Right. There's no way
Okay.
to go around it. It's not based on our opinions, where we grew up, what we what church we went to, what church we didn't go to. It's just what it is.
Okay, we can understand that, and it can be replicated over and over and over again.
Right. Your favorite rapper of all time. That's your opinion. That's subjective.
Okay, what does that have to do with the subject matter?
Well, because I said what you're saying that's factually incorrect, I correct it. Like the whole genetics thing about Africans having the most genetically diverse people on the planet, and that shows that humans come from Africa. That's factually correct.
How did you manage to bring a topic in a conversation that is on psychology and the actual psychology of the savior complex, which it makes reference to delusion of grandeur and narcissism, borderline personality disorder, and schizophrenia, and then you literally come up here and exhibit the behaviors of all of these things by making that one statement?
Well, that's your opinion. What is your background to make that diagnosis?
I'm a mental health expert.
In what field?
In the field of niggonomics.
Right. So you're not qualified to make that diagnosis. So that's okay. But I told you already that if the person has this issue, there's nothing you can do for this person if this person doesn't want to get help.
No, just because you ain't in jail, don't mean you are qualified to be talking
bitch.
I can leave you alone.
This
Something funny?
Bitch.
Something funny?
Bye, you dumbass nigga. Good luck, Geechee.
So which annex do you work at? For what county? Because I know there is nobody could be paying you to talk to them to be no therapy for nobody. It can't be Kid Grebo. Somebody been choke the shit out of you right now. So where do you?
You're entitled to your own opinions. That's fine.
Doesn't mean it's
correct.
Objectively, sir, respectfully, there's no way that you dealing with mentally unstable people and they ain't beating you the fuck up by now. There's just no way.
Well, it's not happening. yet. Not happened yet.
You must work. You must work with all people in wheelchairs or something, nigga.
No,
You motherfucker. I'm telling you, the way you come off, boy, nigga be done choke the shit out you.
well, that's again a subjective opinion. It doesn't mean it's true. That's your opinion. It's not true, but I mean, I can't convince you what to believe in.
You sound like you somewhere where it ain't a lot of niggas. Where you live at? You live
Now you
with a
want to know
lot of
my
niggas?
address? My address. You want my social security number too?
Nah, I
Hey,
can't do nothing.
that nigga somewhere in TP land, goddamn.
I just want to know: do you live around niggas?
Well, there's a few, not many.
Okay, that makes sense.
Grebo, pop out a couple clicks.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, in your mind, what are black people genetically supposed to all talk the same? Is that where you're at?
Oh, no, I'm not.
I was just checking.
In my mind, people who talk like they got a walnut in their throat usually are pompous assholes, though. You know.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion. That doesn't make it correct. But I
I
thought we were
mean,
talking about mental health. We went away from that.
yeah, we went to Africa and how it's so genetically diverse. You did that, sir, with your
Well, no,
delusion.
because you're asking me like, how could I be correct about something? So that right there is just what the facts are. Has nothing to do with my opinion.
Oh, can I ask you a question? Do you have all the facts?
I never said that.
Do you though? I'm asking. Like,
There's not any person that has all. Well, I don't know what that means. Having all the facts. I don't know what that means.
So what gives
mean?
what gives you the authority to correct anyone on anything?
Well, what I do know that is correct, I can correct on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to make a time machine, so I can't correct somebody on how to make a time machine. But what I do know, I can correct somebody on.
Somebody on evolution in the outer Africa theory.
Right.
What?
Humans come from Africa is factually correct, regardless of how you feel about it. That's just what it is.
How do we get here, man?
His delusions of grandeur got us here.
Well, no, so I'm talking about what's correct, what's not correct. Here's an example of something that is incorrect that I corrected.
Yeah, but we're talking about megalomaniacs and creating people with tyrant conditions, you know.
Yeah, so what do you want to know about
personalities, man? I know you're saying.
What do you want to know about megalomania?
But
what do you want to know?
Tell us about it. Show us, actually.
I'm telling you that there's nothing you can do about it. The person has to get help themselves. That's it.
So as an expert, you're not able to identify the fact that you are exhibiting these behaviors.
Well, like I said, that's your opinion, and that's your opinion. It's fine to have your opinion.
Well, is it the opinion? Okay, so is an opinion from a medical professional? Is that an opinion?
Yeah, opinions are opinions.
Geechee got it. I just want to know who you're talking about.
Talking about you, Rob. What the fuck, nigga?
Yeah. If it was only that easy. If it was only that easy, Geech.
I ain't far from Detroit, nigga. I'll pull the fuck up on you, Rob. I'll pull over there and motherfucking I'll bring you some Gillette razors to save your back.
Only if you do.
You shaved your back, Rob? What's up with that, man?
No, actually, I got lucky, man. I'm not one of those hairy white guys.
Neanderthal.
I ain't even capping or fucking whatever you want the new term is, man. I ain't fronting or nothing. I guarantee we'd end up smoking blunts and laughing our ass off.
Man, Rob, I would not smoke blunts after you. We can smoke blunts. You can smoke your blunt.
Oh, yeah. You smoke yours. Yeah, I know how it goes. You smoke mine, you smoke yours. I got you, man.
I won't smoke a blunt after you neither, motherfucker.
You want to smoke a blunt after me?
Hell no.
No, man, they're real COVID scared. Hey, they're all scared. They're all scared of COVID and shit over here now.
I haven't smoked a blunt in 5 years.
I don't want no tuberculosis or nothing. I'm good. So
No, it's all good. But I guarantee it, man. We would, even if we did scrap, we would end up being fucking buddies.
Man, why would I fight you, Rob? Why do see fighting is for somebody who actually is angry. I'm not angry. I'm winning.
That's wrong.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would. But I think there's another type of. I think there's another person. The same person.
Winning. when you winning, you don't have to be mad. You know,
I agree, man. I come in here and say silly shit, but I never talk physical. I never threaten nobody physically. I'm not. It isn't about that. We're just having a battle of the minds. If you can't even win a battle of the mind, how are you going to win a battle of the physicality?
Well, no, you can't. You can lose the battle of the minds. That's what causes people to have the battle of the fists all the time.
Winning the battle of physical. So,
oh my God, it's my girl.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Hold on, I'm gonna go on camera. I'm gonna go on camera. I got something for you.
What is this?
Hold
on. Until you explain why y'all have these bugs and shit growing on you, I don't have nothing. Like Kid Grebo, until you explain to us what have y'all done in your country that has innovated and had, your people forward running out of Africa. I agree that humans come from Africa because we're not human.
See, I knew you were African, sister.
No, sir.
Yes, you are. I knew it. I knew it was only a matter of time before you admitted it. That's cool.
For him, what human means? Human means monster. We're not monsters because we was not created, sir.
Have you ever been African before?
Oh, yes, you are the human.
Miss Holbert, have you ever dated an African before?
No, sir. Until I don't even want you to say nothing else.
I think you have.
What have y'all created?
Well, okay, I'll tell you. Are you ready? I'll tell you. I'm not telling you right now.
And the world is still using it today. Until you can show us what your people, since they so fucking rich, and you always name it Nigeria. Nigeria is named after a fucking Caucasian woman. It was
Nigerian just means West African. Is what I'm saying.
Caucasian woman, and it was literally built for import and export after a Caucasian woman.
Okay, so what we create
on Nigeria, let us find out what is Liberia doing, sir. What have they done? What have they built?
I'm about to tell you.
If we wanted to visit Liberia, where can we go? There, we could say, "Oh, this is a nice hotel. No rats, no bugs, no nothing, and they even got doors and windows on this bitch." What have y'all done?
We created humanity, and you're welcome.
What? Y'all created what?
I'm Michael Jordan.
And you're welcome.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey guys. Hey.
You're welcome for existence. You're welcome.
You created humanity?
We created humans. We're the first humans that gave birth to humanity. You're welcome.
We created humanity over there. And reason why human and humanity goes hand in hand because we're not human.
Okay, so humor me. If you're not a human, what exactly are you if you're not human?
Oh, you must go in there, baby. We're beings, sir. We're not fucking human.
Okay, all right.
Okay, yeah, I know it hurts.
You gotta get your Slav, Auntie. He down there. He said he got.
I can't even do nothing with that because I don't give a damn how many.
Empress, I got something for you, girl. I wrote a song and everything, man.
I would never lay with y'all if you was the last.
Listen, I wrote a song. I wrote a song.
Hey, Ad, what's good, my nigga?
Look, I got
hey, Ad, what's good, bro?
I got a card. I got a card for you. I wrote a song. You want to hear? Let me sing my song for you, baby.
I see you got Grebo on this bitch, man. And I see you got Slav Noskis, you know what I'm saying, on this bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Let me sing my song for you.
Nigga, dog.
Man, the accident was rough, huh? Got paralyzed from the neck down.
You a weird looking. Hey, bro. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know where you came from. Last time I checked, you wasn't around this bitch. You must have came around 6 months ago or some shit. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know who the fuck this white boy Rick motherfucker is. But bro, what are you doing, dog?
I want to open you up like this box of chocolates.
Shut your gay ass up, boy.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Yeah, that's a big red flag. You know what I'm saying? Just like that red shit that's on his tampon, bro. Fall back, nigga.
All right, what's up? What the hell y'all want? Y'all starting to irritate me now. Y'all let them start talking about
my mental health expertise.
Man, what the fuck?
Tell that you're a narcissist. We could tell that there's no further, and we can really tell that the system that's been in place by the Europeans when they came and did reconstruction, we can tell it worked on you.
Was unsuccessful?
behind this motherfucker, but we could tell. And the sad part is, it be niggas like you to say that you're woke. It be niggas like you to be
I've
talking
never
about.
said that I'm woke. I'm just mathematically aware and I'm a conscious human being.
I know why you always want to claim that humanities or whatever you want to call it started in Africa, because it's where you say your people are from.
No, that's just what the evidence. If the evidence showed that people came from Europe, that's what it would be. But the evidence shows Africa. That's it.
And he talk about how we came over there to Africa to help build up Africa.
No, one country
out of America did, nigga.
That was
The
one
nigga
country.
when they helped child people, because you didn't even have
No,
free.
it wasn't quite help. It was colonization. It wasn't help. It was colonization.
Out of 640 something, only 4 of them belongs to Africa. Now, how are y'all where humanity or whatever you want to say started at when you don't even have enough vegetables or nothing else to feed your fucking people?
Well,
Everything else
there's something called science that has something called evidence. The evidence leads man to Africa.
No,
There's no way
it
around it.
only through the European. Because see,
Okay,
that's
Miss Holbert, let me ask you. Where do humans come from? Where do beings come from? Since you're not a human, where do beings come from?
Well, according to my ancestors, we're from the stars. Now, according to from your ancestors, y'all from a damn petri dish.
Well, so the how the Earth was formed by the Big Bang. So technically, yes, we're all part of the stars because it started with the Big Bang.
Sir, because some of y'all look like you were
from
saying
the stars on planet Earth. Where did the beings start from on planet Earth, according to your ancestors?
America, sir. We have the oldest trees and every damn thing else. Okay, if y'all started over there, so why y'all not innovative? Why y'all don't have the historical buildings? Your ass ain't got irrigational systems.
You believe that? You believe that?
Nigga, majority of Africa is a shithole.
You believe that?
How do I believe that? I researched Africa, so I know for a fact.
Okay, you still haven't told me where you think beings came from. You said America.
Not only do I study America, I study abroad.
What year did the beings come to America?
See, until you do something to help your people along that's in Liberia that is stuck in the goddamn 1800s without an irrigational system, they still toting water on their fucking head, nigga. You have no place to come over here and start asking us what we done and what we ain't done. And
when did the beings get to America? They came from the stars. They landed in America.
Hey, Grebo. Hey, that's the wrong question, bro. In my opinion, and respectfully, can we have a conversation? Can I have a conversation? With the panel?
Yeah.
All right. So my thing, no, it's not against you. I got a question for the panel because I'm not like I want to learn. So I've been wondering my whole life, where did these Caucasians come from? I just heard Holbert say they were made in a lab. I've heard that. I've heard the Yakub story. I've heard a lot of different things. But can we verifiably say where these damn crackers come from?
Well, during the World Trade, during the World, which would be the World Trade, the World's Fair, it shows them. Shows these damn lab babies. It shows these fucking incubator babies.
Okay, I'll give you the scientific answer.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Grebo, hold on. Hey, hold on.
Caucasian and incubators and none of us. All you seen there was them.
All right, now to your point, Holbert. So I got some drop that I dropped on Philly the other day, right? That Circassian girl shit. That was part of that World Fair. So you're on to something. So I kind of want to see where else you're going with it.
Yeah, if I showed this Circassian girl, I read up on her with the afro and stuff. I know all of it. And yeah, most of the grafting was done with our genetics to create these people. But at first they wasn't using our genetics. They was trying to use nature to create these beings.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking them up. They were born with fucking horns, tree barks, and all kind of shit. Hair all over their body like animals because they were grafted from animals and shit. They was using every genetic it was to make these beings, these things, in which they was the Slav. They was the ones that were supposed to be the workers.
Okay. Now, you remember that video that Lacono dropped like a few months back with that Black European Tay? Like, did you see that build? It was like a 4-hour build. Go watch that, man. Look, I would share it, but it's not my channel. It's Ab TV stuff, so I would share it, but I like if you want, I'll put the link in the back chat for you. And what he did was he showed a book from I don't know if it was the Library of Congress, but I've never seen those images before. It was basically like it was the time of it went back to the time of Alexander. Like he linked that Alexander story. So when Alexander went to Persia, one of the requests that the Persian king wanted him to do was to down the rebellion that was going on at the time. So they built they pushed them back, they pushed them further in the mountains, and they built these huge fortresses. And within that image, you could see them eating each other. You know what I'm saying? You could see them like learning how to like ride stags and shit, like deer, all kind of shit. Like, so like you on to something. I just like to be able to verifiably walk it down. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true. You on to a point, but I'm gonna send you that.
See, the problem with that is the first cell wasn't seen until 1665.
Well, hold on. Like, do you know what a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell is before we even get to that point?
Yeah, those are the basic bacteria. The prokaryotes don't have nucleuses. The eukaryotes, they do have
cell. Okay. Okay, he on. Okay.
So basically, that's where we evolved from the single-celled organism to what we are now. And like I said, they didn't have the technology, obviously, 6,000 years ago to graft anything when we didn't see a cell till 1665. The evidence shows that humans left Africa about 70,000 years ago and went to Europe, went to Asia, and spread. And so over the 50,000 years, the climate intermixing with Neanderthals and Dravidians
came from baboons, nigga. Because if you come up out
on my side, not what I'm saying is pseudo. This is all verified.
Theory, you're talking about motherfucking Caucasian people. That's
right. They basically are Africans that change with the weather over 1,000 years. It's cold in Europe, so they didn't need to be tall and slim.
They're talking about
the weather. And
they're not talking about us, sir. When they talk about these fuckers coming up out of Africa, they're talking about their own goddamn people, not us, sir.
It's just human beings came from Africa.
No,
that's scientifically verified.
That would be y'all. That would be y'all. That wouldn't be us.
Okay, so I'm asking you, where did you come from, and when?
From the soil, nigga.
When?
From the soil since the beginning of. And can't nobody tell you where life started, because we're none of these niggas here.
So then how do you know it started in America then?
We've been here, sir. Don't be that stupid.
You said no one knows. How do you know?
Look, I am telling you, don't be that stupid. You so fucking narrow-minded, and you want life to start in Africa to say that y'all great. But if y'all was so fucking great, nigga, why the fuck y'all leaving that motherfucker?
So I wanted to make it clear that that's just what evidence leads. If evidence led to Europe, America,
that life
Asia,
started in Africa.
That's what it would be. I'm just about the evidence and what evidence leads.
If Africa got everything that y'all claim Africa got, nigga, y'all shouldn't want outside y'all continent. Nothing.
See, those are two separate things.
Going nowhere. Y'all should have fucking colleges and everything. That y'all shouldn't have to travel abroad just to get an education, nigga.
Well, those are two separate things. What I want and what the facts are two different things.
You saying that life started there. That means the 0 to 9, everything started in Africa, nigga.
As far as humans, yeah.
Hold on.
Share the screen.
Let's quantify this real quick. So if life started in Africa, what exactly is life when we're saying life?
Humans came from Africa. That's what I said. I want to make that very clear. Humans come from Africa.
So anatomically correct humans, hominids, like you're saying.
What do you consider a human?
Well, based off the definition or based off the colloquial understanding, which one you want?
Whatever you want to use.
You need to look up the definition of a being.
Because we'll just say Homo sapiens sapien, okay? Just to keep it scientific. Homo sapiens sapiens came from Africa.
Here we go.
There's no discussion at this point. It's not enough for debate.
Oh, it's always gonna be up for debate because
hold on, bro. Look, we done did this already. Hey, look, sis. Hey, look, hold on, bro. I didn't give and look respectfully, bro, because like I know you're a little dude, bro, and it's cool. Like
a little dude with a big brain.
I mean, that's cool. I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro. Like when I say little dude, I mean like you young in this information. Like I'm
TV,
not
can I
trying
get
to
in
disrespect you.
with
So the thing is this, Grebo,
They
me and
having a
you.
lover's quarrel.
Nah, I ain't saying no lovers quarrel. Hey, keep it respectful, man. So look, cause I don't have to disrespect. I had to learn that the hard way. Like I don't have to disrespect people to get at them. So the thing is this, bro. I done gave you over, and everybody, man. Like we done all gave you hundreds of hours, bro, of content. And the thing is this, just my channel alone, bro. We went back to back, 10 and 11 hours back to back, and we whooped yo ass, bro. I got admiration for it. I ain't never seen a nigga take an ass whipping like you, nigga, since
So you're gonna have to tell me why are Africans the most genetically diverse
bro.
people on
I'm
the
about
planet?
to walk it down. Hold on. I'm about to walk it down. What's his name? That sat at the countertops. He was a senator. He died like 2-3 years ago. John something, the ball motherfucker, coon ass nigga. You take a hell of a ass whipping, bro. You take a rocky ass whipping. So salute to that. But
well, that's just opinion. It's not factually correct.
Hold on. So out of the with your theory, the 200,000 year out of Africa theory, I told you and asked you, you want me to believe that Africans roamed around for 195,000 years and then one day they just had the most advancement in building, writing, language, culture. Come on, bro. That doesn't make sense. And like you're not understanding, dog. You're running with the white narrative. Now look, hold on, bro.
You tell me where humans came from.
Hold on. I'm about to give it to you. I don't believe we all come from America, bro. I don't believe we all come from one landmass at all. I believe in what's called water world, bro, meaning we came down this bitch simultaneously. Some came before others, all right? There's too many creation stories, dog, that link up, all right?
Okay, so what evidence backs that theory? What evidence backs your theory?
Hey, what's going on, Rap? What's going on, y'all? It's Brownwood, man. What's going on?
Yo, Brownwood, what's good,
let me add a little logic to this, man. The only thing you know.
Wait, I'm just asking, what's the evidence that supports this water world theory?
Just real quick, I jumped up here when you was talking about the created things, right? So there's literal proof of it, right? Just like Empress said, when they were doing the World's Fair, right? They even talk about there's documentation of the experiments that they were doing when they were trying to duplicate the cells. It shows how they progress the cells. Don't speak, please. It shows how they progress the cells. It shows that the nitrogen and the radium was used to create them. It also shows that during the time a lot of them got sick. They were so sick it looked like they went through radiation poisoning. Their skin was falling off and everything. They had to create suppositories. They had radiation gum and all these different things. They created a radiation thing for them to cook their food in because they needed it in order to survive. And a lot of these beings are still around now, and a lot of them have been mixed in as well. This is why a lot of people have these problems with they can't have babies. They got to have these inseminations and this, and that, because their womb is not able to carry a true life, a living soul. So there's living proof of that, young brother. You can look at my page.
Can you drop a source, please?
Okay.
Can you drop a source in the private chat?
I just told you what to do. I'm not gonna do much more than that. I have.
Okay, well then what you said.
I did 3 hours presentation on all documents, young man. You can look on my page and find it for yourself, and you'll see it. It says incubated beings. Just look it up, and you'll.
I'm just saying, claims without evidence get dismissed without
evidence.
evidence.
I just told you where the evidence at. I'm not gonna deliver it to you and put it in front of you.
Don't be disrespectful, you fucking
I'm just saying. I mean, people can make it whatever they want.
Let him get y'all riled up. Let him get y'all.
So goddamn ignorant.
Not worth it. He ain't worth the help.
Okay, so now back to this water world theory.
Oh, hey, it was John Lewis. My bad. I had to Google that motherfucker. Hey, Grebo. It was John Lewis, bro. You take an ass whipping better than John Lewis.
That's chill. Now let's see the evidence that backs up this water world theory.
I already had, bro. I got 20 hours of water world content, fam.
Okay, drop the source in the back chat, out of the private chat. That's all you gotta do. We can verify.
Like you want me to go grab it for you? All right.
Yeah, just a peer-reviewed source or a reputable source.
I can't say something real quick.
Take a look at it.
All right, look. Let Brown Wolf go, and I'm gonna pull up the source because I'm gonna
let
Brown Wolf go.
I don't need a whole 30 minutes to
go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
I was just going to add a little perspective. You know what I'm saying? Just piece everybody.
Go ahead,
yeah, Grebo.
What's up, Pan African brother?
What's up, bro? I ain't playing African man. Stop doing that, bro. Hey man, you was saying how's Africa the most diverse? I mean, it's simple, you know. That's where everybody went to. So the most, you know.
When did everybody go to Africa?
I don't know. You got to do research on that, but
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't make
Well, he
claims
don't
and
know
then
that
not
the
have no evidence
migration
to back
went
up the
into
claim.
Africa, not out of Africa. That's
yeah,
what he don't know.
So,
he don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? And
so
Grebo,
Into
Africans are the
Africa, not
most
out of
genetically
we're not
diverse
making
Africa,
people.
claim.
fam.
Wait,
Grebo,
let
hey,
me
Grebo,
just say this real
It's
quick.
into
Africans are the
Africa,
most
not
genetically
out of
diverse.
Africa, fam.
Grebo, a place where something
Africans are
started.
the most genetically diverse
Hey, Grebo,
people on Earth,
a
and the
place where
farther you
something
get from
started.
Africa, the less diverse it gets. This is why your
Bro, the
DNA
more
test will
people,
say
hey,
less
Grebo,
African and
the more
Central
people,
African.
hey,
You
Grebo,
giving your country a little too much motherfucking credit that they ain't got, and
you're
they
just not,
won't
So
have it
I'm still waiting
now.
for
So
you
you're
that
not,
they
you're
guys
not
to
taking
they
bring
time to
come
forth
listen.
out of
any
Africa.
evidence that states the
Those people
otherwise.
gotta come
Grebo,
out of Africa to get educated, nigga.
So I'm
To
still
get
waiting for you to
educated,
bring the
they
evidence
have to
showing
come out
backing
of
up what you're
Africa
saying,
to get educated.
and I had
hey,
no
Grebo,
evidence.
Life
Grebo,
didn't
So
start in Africa first.
hey, it don't take that much evidence, but let's just do some simple. Let's just do some simple thinking, man.
it
A
takes a
place
lot of
where
evidence. What are you talking about?
start,
It doesn't take that much
First of all,
evidence. It takes a lot of
you can't
evidence.
even grow something natural over there. All that goddamn sand and shit.
Grebo,
Ain't
it
no,
will be
ain't
diverse.
no,
A lot of people
ain't
from
no rainforest, no nothing, no moisture, no nothing. That's why it looks like the fucking way it looks.
See, that's all
Grebo. It will
opinion.
be,
Where's the evidence
hey,
showing that where your people come from?
Grebo, it would be diverse because a lot of people came from different areas to that place, bro. You
No,
got
but
to
why are
think.
they more diverse than
Hold
anyone else
on,
on
you
the
can't.
planet?
Hold on. Because people came from everywhere to that place, you
You
idiot.
got to show evidence
People,
of
hold
that.
on. No. You got first off,
I'm supposed to take your
slow
word
down.
for it.
Slow down and think, though. You're not even thinking. You're just talking. You just
Because
asked a
I'm
question.
asking for a
He
source.
don't
You're
want
not
to,
giving
People,
me the
it,
source.
because if he listened to y'all, then he'll
he,
finally
hey,
learn something.
yeah,
And he
he
don't want to think less of his continent. His
he's
continent
definitely
is
gonna have an education too. He definitely didn't go to college
Well,
because I
he
don't
said
know.
that.
I
I said, you have
I
evidence
hope
of
this guy
people going
came.
to Africa? He says, you don't need
shit,
evidence.
Bro,
nigga.
Take my word for it.
you just think, Grubo. It's like, you know what I'm saying, in school you had work problems. It will be diverse because people came from diverse places and went
And
there.
how do you know that?
And
Because
then
it's
not
common
only that,
sense. What do you
y'all,
mean? And
we was
there's
shipping
evidence.
No,
y'all
it's not common
grass.
sense. I want to
There's
know how you know
research.
that.
I'm telling you,
We had to take dirt,
I got
grass,
hold
and
on. I got
everything over there to y'all
hey, I
continent.
know that
Now,
because
why
there's
is that, sir?
cross reference. You can cross
Okay, show
reference
me where you
all of
cross
the
reference that
evidence
at.
throughout the 8 years that we've been here talking on YouTube, bro, and
Okay, well,
studying.
drop one of the sources that you pulled from
We've
the
been dropping
experience.
sources. You
I
Okay,
see,
got the
drop one
hold
story.
right
Hey,
now.
hey,
on, hey,
hey,
y'all,
hey,
no rap.
kid,
Hold on,
look,
y'all, hold on. Let
look.
me talk
You
again,
see that?
bro.
See what I'm saying? People out there,
I walked him
people
down.
can
Hold
say
on, I
whatever they
walked him down.
want.
Listen,
If
y'all,
you
hold on,
drop
hold
the
on, hold on.
source, they're just talking.
No. After I say something, you keep saying more shit because you're
I
stupid.
got the
I've
story.
already answered
Yeah,
you at the
he
beginning.
is not
You keep
dropping
asking.
sources.
Hold
He's
on.
making stuff
I
up.
just
That's
told
all it
you
is.
I
you
second
don't
that.
need all that stuff. I just broke it down at the very beginning. It's
This
diverse.
is basically called talking.
Hold on, hey,
Talking.
people came from. All right,
But
hey,
And
yet
people
he
somehow
came
still
can't
from.
believing
bring
because
you
he's
nothing
saying
People
new
came from
about
diverse
around
places,
him.
bro.
He ain't gonna need explaining nothing to this clown because he
If
can't even show us no innovations or anything that has came out of Africa that's benefiting us today. Nothing.
you can't even
Hey,
think about
Grubo,
common sense.
can you see the screen right here, sir? What does this book
Hey,
say right here?
Hober.
Mm-hmm.
What does this book say, Kid Grubo?
it says into Africa,
As
theory of
soon as I
human
get the share
evolution.
screen back, hold
Okay.
on, watch this.
Greenboy, this shouldn't even be hard, bro. That's crazy.
He's
Hey,
Kid
laughing, but has
Grubo,
not dropped a single source.
We
I
don't
can't
need a
see the
Kid
screen, but
Grubo,
let me
Somehow
know
you
when I
can
got it,
laugh
bro.
and sources don't matter anymore.
source right there in front of you, bro. Are you crazy?
Okay, that's great. Now show me where it says people went into Africa
Bro, it's
and
a source.
what
You want
backs
everything.
that up.
You want us to hold your hand too, dog. You want everything. We give you everything you
So now
ever
you
need.
just dropped the book. I'm supposed to
Yeah,
read your
bro.
book when you know where the source
Nah,
You
says
hey,
want
we're
us to
and
gonna
you
read?
read.
point it
Hey,
You
out.
want
hey,
us to
hey,
read the
hey,
words for
Grebo.
you?
Hey, look, hey, bro. Hey, look. I'm trying to be patient with you,
So you
bro. I'm not
funny.
Bro, I'm
disrespecting
not
you today,
asking you.
dog.
You don't have to
I
tell
want
me
to. I know.
nothing.
I
I'm
want to.
asking for evidence
I
to back
want to
up your
have a
claim.
hold on,
If
bro.
you don't
I
have
want to
if you
have
don't
a
have a
convo. Hey, look,
evidence to your
Ab.
claim, doesn't not matter.
Ab, I got it. Hey, Ab, I got it right here, bro. Look, we about to debunk his shit right now. We already did this like 2 months ago, but watch this, Ab. Just let me know when I can go, bro.
He don't even need all that, man. This nigga's retarded.
Bro, like the family need to hear this because everybody don't know this. So look, once Ab moved that book reference out the way, I'm gonna just start reading, but it's gonna be in the middle where that book is. I'm gonna read from the top. This is from a cat named Stephen Strong. All right. He's a colleague of the people that came out with the out of Africa theory. All right. And I'm gonna get straight to it and then we're gonna come back. Matter of fact, fuck all that. Fuck the waiting.
How many people came up with the out of Africa theory? I want to make sure I hear this from you. How many people came up with it?
It did begin. Hey, bro.
Everybody
Let me read my source, fam.
Bro, I just asked you a question. How many people created that?
Hey, you can actually. Hey, you can look. You not bringing
because he's
no
trying to make it
sources,
seem
fam.
like 2 people came up with a theory. You know what I'm saying? That's not correct.
So you familiar with this because you remember I read this shit to you. Now, it did begin in the early 90s. Fuck that. This article was inspired by a comment made recently by Australian historian Greg Jeffries. So before continuing a scientific assessment of DNA evidence, I will first open this discussion by outlining Greg Jeffries' comments. The whole out of Africa myth has its roots in the mainstream academic campaign in the 1990s to remove the concept of race. When I did my degree, they all spent a lot of time. See, so he's a whistleblower, right? He's a white Charleston white, all right? When I did my degree, they all spent a lot of time on the out of Africa theory. So he's, to your credit, it's more than one person, but only 2 people get the credit, Grebo. When I did my degree, they all spent a lot of time on the out of Africa theory. Bro, let me read my fucking source, bro, before I get on you, bro. Let me read my fucking source, nigga. Let me read my fucking source, nigga, before I get on you, dog.
You just made it up. You just said 2 people got the credit.
I will clown the fuck out of your African ass, dog. Do not start with me, bro.
Listen, homo. I don't care. I want to know if the information is correct. It's not correct.
You want the jokes? You want the jokes?
Dude, I don't care about the jokes. I want
the whole lot of
African
has its roots in the mainstream academic campaign. See, he don't want the information to come up. That's what about to drop it on his stupid ass.
Hey, rap.
In the
Ignore
academic
him,
campaign.
Hey, ignore him. Just keep going.
In the 1990s to remove the concept of race. They need to be able to hear it without this bitch nigga talking. Hey, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. For real, my nigga. Shut the fuck up. The whole out of Africa myth has its roots in the mainstream academic campaign in the 1990s to remove the concept of race. When I did my degree, they all spent a lot of time on the out of Africa thing, but it's completely disproved by genetics. Mainstream still holds on to it. It did begin in the early 90s, and the academics most responsible for cementing both out of Africa theory and the complementary common ancestral African mother, given the name of quote-unquote Eve, in the public arena in nearly every curriculum were professors Alan C. Wilson and Rebecca L. Can. In their defense, the authors of this paper were fully aware that genealogy is not in any way linked to geography, and that their placement of Eve in Africa was an assumption, never an assertion. In their seminal paper, The Recent African Genesis of Humans, they even stipulated that all humans today can be traced along maternal lines of descent to a woman who lived about 200,000 years ago, probably in Africa. So how is it that their probability has morphed into our collective? Definitely. Great question, white man. Over time, even the 2 researchers came to discover that the research of original mitochondrial DNA was fundamentally flawed. Both separately conducted further tests on mitochondrial DNA found within the blood of full descent original people, arriving at the same conclusion. Both recanted, both recanted their previous assumptions by acknowledging that Homo sapiens sapiens originated in Australia. All right, I don't go with that either. I'm just showing that they debunked their own shit.
So your sources are correct. They said it came out of Australia, which is not correct.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
I got
the fuck
listen,
up.
faggot. You don't have the mute button.
Up, bro.
You don't have the mute button, you little homo. Talking about you suck on
Alan Wilson. Oh,
you don't have the mute button, little homo. You don't have the mute button.
You live in the Inland Empire, pussy. You live around Mexicans, dog. You don't live in LA. That's why you act like that, bro. Nigga, you dress like a new boy. Nigga, you was doing teach me how to jerk. Teach me how to jerk. Teach me how to jerk. Teach me how to jerk.
You don't have the mute button, so he's used to.
Hey,
Now,
let sister go
you
then.
know you didn't got
Now
beat
you
the
don't have
fuck
the mute
up.
button.
Now you want to
Excuse
talk
me.
tough.
You little
You know
homo.
you're not tough, Kid
Y'all
Grebo.
just
You
want
know
to
you're a
argue with
homo,
each
though.
other. Y'all
No, I
should have
don't want to
a
argue. I'm trying to
conversation.
read my fucking
Okay,
information. This
okay, you
bitch
Shut up,
keep
paused
faggot.
for a
wanting to let
minute.
it
Can I
come
say
out.
something real quick? You
Let it
paused
come
for a
out.
minute. You
Hey,
paused
hey,
for a minute.
rap.
Say
It's
something
all
because
good.
it's like it's that important. Can I just say this real quick on what he said? Now, on top of that, you have to think even back before that. We'll go back way to 1860 something. I think around 64, 65 when they created the first black college. Right? It was organized after this Civil War. Right? All those Howard University, Morehouse, Hampton, Talladega College. These colleges were created, right? And then the people were from the ancestors that helped to fund the colleges were the aristocrats that were in the areas, and a lot of them were from Africa. They created this. They even have documentation where the scientists prove that they took bones to Africa and buried them and dug them up to act like they found them there that were from over here. So there's documentation of this. You need to do your history. A person cannot take you to every table, hold the spoon, the fork, put the table to your mouth. We can't do all of that. When people are telling you information, and you got to just search it out. You cannot argue back and forth with people and this, and that if someone's telling you something. Obviously, if they're telling you something, they researched it and they studied something. In the back
No,
chat,
it's
I
not
also
obvious.
like
It's not obvious until they have a source
okay,
that backs it up.
excuse me, I'm still speaking.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right, I hear you.
Yeah,
But
and I'm
in
gonna
the
get back
back,
to my read when she done.
in real quick, and in the back chat, right? I pulled that video up for you, right? I went and searched it because I want to make sure you had a chance to look at it. Look in the back chat. Look at that video later, right? Go to 17 minutes, and it's going to give you a full explanation of everything we were talking about with the incubator baby. It's going to show how they did it. They were paired. It's going to show you the labs. They had labs here. They had them in Germany, and they had them in Switzerland. They were creating the babies and pumping them out like they was cars. So it's real easy to figure out some of this stuff. But I mean, some of this stuff you really got to research.
So look, it's like what she said. This ain't for you, Grebo. This for the people that have never heard this shit before. So I'm gonna read from the bottom to where they recanted. Over time, even the two researchers came to discover that the research of original mitochondrial DNA was fundamentally flawed. Both separately conducted further tests on mitochondrial DNA found within the blood of full descent original people, arriving at the same conclusion. Both recanted. Both recanted. Say that one more time. Both recanted, nigga. These their previous assumptions by acknowledging that Homo sapiens sapiens originated in Australia. Professor Alan Wilson came to Australia in 1987 and 1989. See, I like this article because it shows you how new this fucking is, and these niggas are still trying to figure it out and still trying to put this bullshit together. Professor Alan Wilson came to Australia in 1987 and 1989 to personally supervise the collection of original blood from a variety of locations through Australia, with a mutation rate of 70% from the samples analyzed, which is manifestly higher than any other race. Wilson was compelled to admit that it seems too far out to admit, but while Homo erectus was muddling along in the rest of the world, a few erectus had got to Australia. See all this happenstance shit? Well, it might have been like this. It could have been like that. See, even this is a bullshit article, but it drops that out of Africa. Let's go back to the first part before I read the last paragraph. Where did the first human come from, Grebo? Because they tell you a single common ancestor, but they don't tell you where she came from. So where did she develop out of, Grebo?
What part of Africa are you not understanding? The A, the F, what part?
What part of creation and how did she get here? Is what I'm asking. Don't run.
He doesn't understand Africa.
Don't run.
That's it many times.
Don't run. You believe in the out of Africa theory, so you got to prove the point of where this common ancestor came from. Did she come out the ground? You know what I'm saying? Did she come from the star?
We just talked about
how was other life developed? Hold up. How was other life developed, Grebo? How was other? No, I'm holding you to that. How was she developed? Where did she come from, Grebo? Go ahead.
What part are you not understanding that we evolved from single-celled organisms? What part of that are you missing?
So what you saying is only in Africa that can happen. Is that what you're saying, Kid?
He didn't address why Africans have the largest genetic diversity over all humans on the planet. He just ignored that.
I'm not worried worried about what he said. I'm asking you. Are you saying
no,
it
he read the source like this is the end all be all. I put two sources in the chat. One source is for the out of Africa theory, and then a second source is for the genetic diversity in Africa.
Nothing else matters, Grebo. Are you saying that niggas could only develop in Africa and nowhere else?
I didn't say that. I said that's just what the evidence shows. Period.
You helping push that narrative, so we need to know. Do you know?
Thank you.
Again, that's what the evidence leads to.
No.
Just because a nigga writes something down on paper don't make it motherfucking true, nigga.
Right. So it's backed up by scientific evidence.
I'm asking you, do you know, Mr. Motherfucking scientist Yakub?
So again,
since you said your brain so
backs it up. He didn't explain.
Yakub.
He didn't explain why
Yakub for yourself.
Keep running, Grebo. Are you gonna
he didn't even acknowledge that? He just read through the article.
Nigga, what you think is just because a nigga went in the lab?
Why do Africans have the most
genetic diversity? Y'all. This nigga think because a motherfucker got a lab coat on and a motherfucker.
No one's answering the question.
He's gonna give you.
He's a track star.
We're asking you. Do you believe that shit it only happens in Africa and nowhere else?
Humans came from Africa. I don't know how they got any more to it.
No,
humans
I know you weren't gonna say that because you don't have nothing else to back it up. You wasn't in the lab when these niggas came up with the theory. Nigga, you only spurring shit that been told over time to fit these niggas' narrative.
With
nigga,
no cross-reference.
Well, I'm waiting for the evidence to back up anything you're saying.
With no
cross-reference. Shit.
That doesn't make you have evidence to make you correct.
Don't let him run.
You are regurgitating, nigga. We know what you and your boy do down there in the goddamn chat. Y'all regurgitate the shit that a nigga go in, say he in the lab, and the same fucking bones that they get out from other places that they go and bury, and all of a sudden y'all just stumble. Y'all so stupid. Y'all act like a nigga just stumbling over motherfucking bones. Just so oh yeah, these the oldest bones, nigga. Y'all, we should be stumbling over bones every goddamn way if that's the case. Cause you let them tell it that they was murdering every fucking body on every continent that they went to. So nigga, why is it niggas ain't finding these bones? Just they motherfucking asses finding the bones. Make that shit make sense, nigga.
So at TV, can I share my source right now?
You believe in anything this motherfucking system say, nigga.
Can I share my screen?
So you ain't answered the question yet, nigga. You still running, man. You still running, Grebo. Nah, fuck that. I'm not letting Grebo run, bro. How did the first ancestor get where did they come from, Grebo? How did they create themselves? No, Grebo, I'm not letting you run, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. Where did they come from?
Can I share my screen so I can show my source? Can I do that?
Where did they come? No, fuck that. Answer the question. Where did
I'm not asking the homo. I'm asking that TV.
Where did the
first
African ancestor come from? I'm not asking him. You don't get to share no information. You answer that question, dog. Where did the first ancestor from Africa come from?
How did they develop themselves? Because
they're saying that
provide
everybody comes
backs
from
up
one
where
person,
humans come
nigga.
from.
All
you did was read an article from somebody saying something.
Where did she come from?
So how is your article the end all be all?
Where did Lucy come from? I'm not done my article. I still got 2 more paragraphs. Where did she come from, Grebo?
Why are Africans the most genetically diverse people?
Stop being a track star. Africa is too far.
You're not answering my question. You're just rambling.
You can't swim to Africa. No, you answer my question first.
So
answer my question first.
I said this before. Africans have the most genetic diversity.
Nigga, shut up. That's not the question.
And so the further you get away from Africa, the less diverse you get. He doesn't want to address that because he doesn't know about that.
How was the first human
developed? He doesn't know about that because
how was the first
He's just reading a paper
in Africa
and has all the information.
How did we all come
Hey, say, man, y'all go back and forth, man. Y'all just talking over each other.
I know.
I want to share my screen.
He don't want to answer the question because he don't know. Hey, y'all.
Again, you're not addressing the fact that we got the most genetic diversity. That's biology, DNA, biology.
It seems too far off to admit, but while Homo erectus was muddling along the rest of the world,
so you're gonna explain why DNA is gonna fit your West Africa?
Something dramatically different. not
So all he's
even with
doing is
stone
ignoring what he
tools,
doesn't
but it
like
is
and
here
reading what
that
he likes.
Homo
That's called
sapiens
cherry picking.
emerged and
That's a
evolved.
pseudo handbook.
Rebecca Cann
You
was
ignore what
more
you don't like
expansive and
and
specific
focus on what
in
you like.
declaring that the original mitochondrial DNA puts the origin of Homo sapiens much further back and indicates that Australian Aborigines arose 400,000 years ago from two distinct lineages. So, bruh, yo shit,
So humans come from
teach,
Australia
hold
now.
on, fam. You
Humans
teach
come from
that we
Australia.
come from one ancestor. Your scientists that you support say that there's multiple lineages. So which one is it,
What
my man?
scientists I support? I
Which one
support
is it,
the
my man?
scientific
Rebecca L.
consensus.
Cann and Alan C.
So
Wilson,
he's
bruh.
just reading something he doesn't
Rebecca L.
understand. I
Cann
asked him about the
and
genetic
Alan
diversity.
C.
He won't
Wilson
answer it.
in the late
That's how
80s,
pseudo works.
early
The only
90s
thing that he
were helping
has
to
usually
push this
is the mute
because we
button.
already had
He doesn't have his
roots.
mute button,
So
so he
roots was already implanted.
can't do what he usually
Once we
does.
had roots and all the other
You're just
slave
reading something
stories,
like
then they
it's
started coming
absolute
with this
fact.
pseudoscience.
When I got 3
Again,
sources saying
because the
otherwise in the
1800s
back
was
chat
too
right
far
now.
back. So they had to come and recook the dope and remix the dope. And what they
So
did
again, I
was
got
with
3
this
sources
pseudoscience and this
that say
mainstream academia,
that
right? This
humans come
fake
from
ass
Africa.
mainstream academia.
If we all
They're
took DNA
telling
tests,
you,
it
they're
would say
telling
West
you
Africa.
that your theory is
What does he
wrong.
have that
Where
says
is your
otherwise?
All right.
You want to be a little bitch? It's
Hey,
okay,
Anthony, I
Grebo.
was
I
about to
know.
say,
Because
Everybody
I'm running you a
relax.
trust car.
Dick sucking.
You
Everybody
can't get to
relax.
Africa
There's no way out
too
of it.
far.
You admitted it. You
I'm
admitted it.
about to kick y'all the fuck off. Y'all better shut the fuck up.
Mouth app TV. You hear what he said? Is he at the phone? Because he really, man, you saying a lot.
God damn. I forgot, Garibo. You said you was a fucking agent yesterday, nigga. I forgot about all of that. That must be that good California weed. You lucky. I forgot all about that. But since you're here,
No, I haven't smoked weed in 5 years.
maybe you should. Goddamn.
No, I'm good.
You've been saying this same talking point for a long time, and
It's a correct one.
I'm about to take it away from you. So you keep saying that Africa has the most genetic diversity, right?
Correct. Yes.
So if that's the case, how do you know Black Americans are African?
And because the majority of them that take DNA tests, it comes back West and Central African. That's why.
So if I have West and Central African DNA, that means I would look West and Central African, right?
What do the West and Central African look like?
You must be sipping.
I'm not asking. Don't answer a question with a question. I'm asking you a
what a West
specific.
and Central African looks like.
But
He didn't
the
ask you
people.
what it looked like. He said he would look like them, though, right? Whatever.
Would I look like
what
a
my people
person?
look like.
Bruh, would I look like the people that my DNA comes from?
Well, I mean, that's your subjective opinion.
I'm asking you, fool. How is that a subjective opinion? I'm asking you, would I or would you or would any other person on the planet, bruh, you can't be this slow, bro. Okay, you keep using terms like West African.
Can you just tell me where humans come from then? Tell me where humans
No,
come from.
I'm not
Where am I
about to
so
let
wrong
you
at?
deflect from this at all. You're gonna answer this and attest to this shit because you keep saying this stupid ass shit like it means something. Genetic diversity. If Africa has the most genetic diversity, then what?
And
How do you
it
tell?
gets less
How
the
do
farther
you?
you go away from Africa,
How
it
do
gets
you
less.
tell? Okay, are white people from Africa, bro?
Are white people humans?
Are they from Africa, bro? Yes or no?
I'll say this again. All humans come from Africa.
Okay, so that means all white people, all Asian people,
All humans, yes, that's correct.
all
Yes,
people come from Africa, right?
that's correct.
So when you say African, does that describe people who look like you, or does that describe all people?
No, Africa is a continent.
Okay,
Ask him again. Ask him again. That's a great question.
Africa has what is called Africans on the continent, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and African people, what do they look like?
They have various looks. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so wait. So all African people don't look the same, right?
Who said they did?
I didn't say you did. I'm asking you to confirm. Do all African people look the same?
I don't think so.
Okay, so do you have white people that are African?
All people, well, yeah, there's white African citizens. South Africans are white. They could be
Are there
African
Chinese
citizens.
people? Are there Chinese people that are Africans?
They could become citizens of African countries.
But if all people come from Africa, wouldn't they be Africans?
Not necessarily.
No,
Those are two
What?
separate things.
no,
Now we're
we ain't
talking
gonna play no
about.
games.
Now we're getting caught in
Maybe not
semantics.
that smart.
All
No,
humans
it's called
came from the
contradiction, bro.
landmass we
It's
call
called
Africa.
contradiction.
So now, if you have something that contradicts it, tell me where humans came from and what evidence backs that up. That's all I'm
That
asking.
has nothing to do with what we're talking about, Kid Grebo.
Hey, keep him
Nothing
there,
at
That's
man.
my
all.
TV. He
point.
just
So
said,
you guys
hey,
should come up
hold
with a
on,
You,
man.
better
He
explanation,
just said
and
no.
sir,
that's
People.
backed by
He just
sir,
said
evidence.
no.
You
Everybody's
got
not
nothing to
sir,
African.
say.
Hey,
sir.
Grebo. You just said no.
You just
Hey,
said,
hey, I got you, bro. He just said no. Everybody's not African. You
So
just
you're trying
said
to you're trying to
he
conflict
just
like,
said
Mr.
wouldn't that
oh,
make
Buffalo,
what
him
an
yeah, that's
African?
right,
And
African
he
is,
bro.
what
said,
a
Talk.
landmass
hold
comes
on,
from.
hold on. He said no.
So let
Technically
me ask
not.
you this, App TV.
So he
Are you
agrees
saying
that
that humans
everybody's
did
not.
not
He
originate
agrees
in the
that everybody.
landmass called Africa?
Hey, he agrees that everybody's not African. Case closed.
thank
So
you,
are you saying,
thank
Mr.
you.
App
So
TV, that
Buffalo,
stupid.
all humans did
you
not
lost
originate
all
in a landmass called
credibility
Africa?
again, Grebo, which you didn't have it to start. You didn't have no
So I'm
credibility in the
asking you,
beginning.
App TV, do all humans originate from Africa? In your
Why
Hey,
would
opinion?
you
why
be
was Africa?
asking
Hey,
me
bro. Hey, bro.
to
So look,
supplement your fucking theory?
why in the
No,
1800s?
I'm asking you,
Why was
where
Africa
do you
just a
think that
town
humans
in the
came
northern
from?
region, Grebo?
I'm just asking a simple question.
Why was
If humans
Africa? No,
didn't
I'm
come from
asking you a
Africa,
simple question.
where'd they come
Why was
from?
Africa just a northern town in the northern region of
So
Barbaria?
this is the question
Hey,
you guys are running away
App TV,
from.
share my
Where do
screen,
humans
bro.
come from, and what
Hold
evidence
on,
backs that
hold
up?
on, hold on. So you
So I'm
asking
asking.
4 different questions in one, right?
We're talking
First,
about
you
5
saying
different people, and I'm
first you're
taking them
just
all
saying
on. There's
first
no
you're
problem.
saying you're asking where do humans come from,
I'm asking
which
you,
is just
humans
which is
originate from.
asking someone's opinion about it. Then you're
No.
asking.
I asked you, where do humans come from, and is it backed by evidence?
See, that's 2 different things, bro.
No, it's the same thing. So you're stating that where you, if you have an idea where people come from that's not
Okay,
Africa, what is
do
it,
you
and
know
what
where
evidence
humans
backs
come
that
from?
up?
Do you know where humans come from?
Yes,
Okay, so why are you asking us where humans come
because you guys are disagreeing with it, or do you agree with that humans come from Africa? All
from?
humans originate in Africa.
I think that you don't even know if you agree or disagree with that statement.
That's not what I asked you. Do you agree that all humans originate in Africa? Yes or no?
I do not agree with that
Okay,
theory.
so where do humans originate then?
Does just because I don't agree with that theory, does that mean I have to provide you with an alternative hypothesis?
So why don't you agree with it?
Because I just proved to you by the statement in the conversation we just had that it has no biological basis just based off of the conversation we just had.
How does it have any biological basis when the
Okay,
genetic
because you
diversity is
can't say
100%
Africans have the most.
biological?
Listen, you can't say Africans have the most genetically diversity, right? That they have all humans started there, which means all people on the planet started from there, which means all people on the planet are
Right,
Africans.
but only a small number of humans left out of Africa. That's
Are
why it's bad.
all fucking people on the planet Africans? Yes or no?
Right. And 5 people left. That genetic pool
Are
is
all
smaller.
people Africans? Yes or
No.
no?
I'm trying. Let's walk on this. If 100 people occupy the continent of Africa, and then 5 people leave, who's going to be more diverse? The 5
Where do you
people
get
or the
this pseudo shit
95
It
from?
don't matter.
that
Is
stay in
everybody
Africa?
Are
African or not?
all people from Africa?
Now
Yes
we're
and no?
getting scientific. I'm trying to break it down. So if 5 people leave Africa and 95 stay, where's going to be more genetic diversity among 95 people or among 5 people?
Are all 100 of
Hey,
Now
those
you're gonna answer
people
the question.
African? Yes or
Now you're gonna
no?
answer the question.
hey,
What will
if
be
they
more
all from the
genetically
same
diverse?
place,
95 people
Grebo,
or among 5
Grebo,
people?
how would those
Just a
95
simple
people be
question.
diverse if they're the same people?
Genetically.
No.
So what
Hold
will be more genetic
on.
diversity? 5
Let's think.
people or
If
95
they're
people?
all from the same people, how would they be genetically diverse?
Because there's
We already
5
had
people here and there's 95 people
Grebo.
there.
This is a
Where's
great
there going to be
question.
more
This
genetic
answers it
diversity?
all. If they all,
Where's going to be more
if
genetic
me and my
diversity?
sister came from the same person, how will we
I know I'm
genetically
asking you a simple
diverse?
question. What will there be more
Sir,
genetic
if they
diversity
all came
between
from
5
Africa,
people
it
or
wouldn't be
95
diverse.
people?
You idiot. They would be the same
Kid
people.
Grebo,
So you're not
Kid
answering the
Grebo,
question.
I think
You're
you're
not answering the
acting a
question.
little
Yo, he's
slow
so
right now.
retarded, man.
Kid
They're
Grebo, do you
diverse
have
because they
any
came from other
siblings?
places, bro.
Do you have any siblings, sir?
So tell me, you sound like you have some sense, App TV. War be more
I'm,
genetically diverse.
you
Population of
sound like
95
you
or
don't,
population of 5?
bro. What you're missing is that at one point 100% of these people was the same. Yes or no?
No, they weren't the same. They're all
So
genetically
so
diverse.
so
And
from the
so,
They all
beginning
came
of
from the same
time.
place, though.
the small
Wait a minute,
population
then.
leaves, there's less people to multiply with.
So are
So
you saying? Wait. So
less
when you say
and less and
so
less.
when you say life started in Africa, you could be indicating that the Asian man was the first African man, correct?
It could be. I don't think
Okay,
so,
the
but
white
humans.
man.
But
Wait,
what we're saying
so
is
when you say,
humans. What does it matter though?
does that
What does
mean
it
that the
matter?
white man could be the first African
What
man?
does it matter? Why does that
That's a
I'm
matter?
asking a
concession when you say
question,
that. You
bro.
know that, right?
What
What does
does
it
it
matter?
matter?
Means you're conceding. You know that,
What does
right?
it matter?
You're conceding.
I'm
But
just
I don't know.
asking
I
questions.
assume it's a black person, but if it wasn't, that doesn't matter.
That means you don't know. And look, bro, we got firsthand account of your people telling you that
Yeah,
they're
you're
not from
talking about
Africa.
first-hand
They're from
account. I'm
parts of
talking about
Asia.
evidence that can be verified, and you
Nah,
aren't showing me any.
nah. So you don't. So look, and this is the crazy thing. We got
Okay, I'm
Liberians. We
asking you,
got
where do
West
humans
Africa.
come from?
Bro, you
Where do humans
disrespect.
come
Look,
from?
I'm not surprised that you disrespect because you disrespect your own bloodline, bro.
Where do
All
humans
right,
come from? I'm
you
asking you that, and
disrespect
you're
your
not
own
answering.
bloodline. You don't
You're not
believe.
answering because you
You
don't
don't
know,
believe.
or you're
You
trying to
don't.
deny
Hold on.
Africa.
You don't believe when your
But
own people of firsthand account tell you that
Hold
they're not
up,
from Africa.
hold on.
I
He
go by what
said
the
we
evidence
don't
is.
know as if he really know. That's the
right,
thing.
that's
You
that's
have
that. Hold on,
I've
I
asked
think
you guys
that's
about.
that.
I've asked about 15
That's
times,
that
and
delusion
no
of
one,
grant.
no one can
That's
tell
that
me.
narcissistic savior
yeah.
complex in him that
So
makes him
after you
think that
said that
he
he doesn't
knows
agree
some
with
shit.
humans coming out of
Matter of fact,
Africa,
Don't
and
know
how
so I'm
many?
shit.
Hold
asking him,
on,
well,
hold
All
on,
he
hold on,
doing
hold
is
on, hold on.
he won't tell me. He won't say
Kid
it.
Gubo, Kid Gubo, how many times you been to Africa, bro?
Why you keep changing the subject? We're
He
talking
ain't
about the
never
origin
been.
of mankind.
answer the
Never
question.
been.
You
See
always
that?
ask
Ain't
me
never
something.
been, bro. Ain't that a bitch, Grebo?
So now,
Damn.
I want
You
you. I
don't want
want
to
the
go
people
see
in the
your
audience to
grandma,
pay attention to what's
Grebo?
happening here.
You don't
They're
miss
not.
your grandma?
They're
Oh, I
deflecting
forgot
and
your
they're going
grandma
away
not
from
from
the
Africa
main
either, huh?
subject. The
Hey,
main
let me ask
subject
you a
is
simple
the origin of
question though. I got you.
mankind.
Hey,
I say
let
it
me
comes
ask you
from
a simple
Africa.
question, homie.
So,
Hey,
They said they don't
Grebo,
agree
where
with
did
it.
you get this information? Hold on. Where did you get the information that life started in Africa?
I got 3 sources in the private chat. You can
No,
look at them.
I'm asking you, sir. You should know.
I
You
got 3
always
sources
talking about
in the
it. You
private
should
chat
be able to call out the
showing
name
about the
off the
genetic
top of your
diversity
head. What
and the
you
out
know
of
you
Africa.
talk about,
That's
sir.
where I get it from.
This is
And
source is
all
you,
not
you
ladies and
talk
everything.
gentlemen in the
about. We
audience
just
that are
want
not
to
cult
know,
members, you're
sir.
trying to
All we
dodge
want to
and
know,
dance
little boy.
and to get away from the
Little boy
scientific evidence,
blue.
which
Little
I'm
boy
very
blue.
clear on.
We would like
And
to
that's why I'm
know
focused on.
the
And if
name.
you
Who
notice,
are these
So
it's
people
not
that
providing an
who you
alternative
are
theory of where
saying
wait a
that
humans come
minute.
from that's
people know
backed
what
by
life
Kid
evidence.
started?
Gubo,
You
Kid
can't
The
go
Gubo,
lab
home,
says
Grebo.
that
I
Ain't,
Kid
just
humans
said
Gubo.
came to
ain't
the
it
world
funny,
you can't
and
go
has
y'all?
not
home.
dropped a
The
single source
last
throughout the
species
water
on the
world.
Yeah, I
planet
can't
is
go home,
telling the
Grebo.
first
You
This
species
can't go
where the
home.
fuck
Just
they
say it.
come
is
from.
not true, or you would
Order
have
in the
dropped it
court,
already.
goddammit. Order in the court, goddammit. Order in the motherfucking court. Okay, Kid Gubo, you an
What's up?
African that ain't never been to Africa, bro.
Now, again, you're
Talking
changing the
about
subject. So, are you
talking
conceding that
about how,
humans do
bro.
originate
You
the
just put.
African
Oh
continent?
wait, hold on. Are these sources African sources,
What does that matter?
bruh? How
Bro,
come
none
every
of
time?
your whole conversation don't matter, bro.
I'm
We just
so
talking
swear
Again,
shit,
to
dumbass.
God.
that's a brown wolf, the Pan African, who didn't bring any sources.
Bruh,
And then I'm
all right.
asking Rap
Kid Gubo,
about his
Kid
alternate
Gubo,
theory. You
Kid
drop any
Gubo.
sources?
Higgy, bro, if life started in Africa, we saying that it was the white folks who started life in Africa.
Okay,
Are
what
those
what
your
evidence do you have
ancestors?
of that?
Are those your ancestors?
What evidence do you have that supports that?
What white people? You said it. It's the most genetically diverse place in the
I said
planet,
white
which means white people come
people
from
in
there
Africa.
too.
I said that.
Do white people come from Africa?
No, you said the first people in Africa were white. I never said that. So where are you getting that from?
But do white people come from Africa? I'm asking you.
You just said that that the first people that came out of Africa were white.
You
And I'm
said
asking
you didn't know whether the first people was white, black, or whoever the fuck, right?
I don't know, but you said that they were
Okay,
white.
so
And I'm
then
asking
shut the
where'd you
fuck
get it
up.
from?
If
I'm
you
asking
so
where you got it from.
concede the fact that you don't know, and I'm
Well, no, you
telling
made the
you,
claim that they were, and I'm asking you, how do you know that?
but you don't know though,
And
right?
I'm asking you, how do you know that?
Based off of the research and the evidence, sir.
Okay, drop the source so I can look at it.
I'll drop the source for
I
you when
appreciate
you
it.
drop
That's
the
all I'm
source.
asking. That's all I'm asking. If you're gonna make a claim, drop the source, or I'm assuming you made it up. That's just how it goes.
Well, we assume you make everything you talking about up because you can't even deduce that white people and Asian people are African people. Are they? Yes or no?
Well, I dropped 3 sources, so you can think I made it up, but you can look at these sources if you want.
But why you just can't say it for your own
Why have
fucking?
you dropped
You know,
the
my
source?
mama told me. You know what my mama told me one time? She said, "Don't fucking tell me. Don't read the shit verbatim out the book. Tell me in your own words so I know you understand it." And
I
all
just
you
want to make
keep
it
doing is
clear.
fucking
That
trying to
thing is,
get
you
me
have
to
to
read
drop
it
the source.
verbatim. Can you tell me something in your own fucking words?
You didn't drop the source, you ain't got the source, ladies and gentlemen. You can't
Can
go
you
for this talk. People talk.
can you articulate your source in your own words, please?
I'm still waiting for you to drop a source.
Actually, you don't have to wait on me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's establish something. See, you don't have to wait on me to drop it because this is my shit and I do what I want. So I'll drop it whenever the fuck I feel like it, and there's nothing you could actually do about that, right? So once again, your delusion of power that you do and the lack thereof that you have has you thinking that you actually have a fucking like any leverage in this situation, and you don't. We are allowing you
I'm
to
not gonna
speak
believe
your
anything you're
rhetoric
saying without a source.
in an attempt to
That's
show to people how fucking delusional you are and how detached from reality you are. But at any given time, God damn it, your ass can go into the abyss and nobody will hear from you again and nobody will care. Nobody will miss you, Kid Rebo. Nobody misses you.
You making a claim and not dropping the source. Those are two separate things.
Does that make you feel good?
So I'm
Like,
not going for the okie doke. I'm staying focused on the information, which you guys are
no, you're
distracted.
not.
I have
'Cause
no
you can't even,
information. What information do you
you
have,
can't
bro?
even admit you can't even admit your cognitive dissonance, brother. Like,
I'm asking him
it's
to drop
sad.
the source when the whites came out of Africa first. He didn't drop it because he didn't have it.
It sounds like
That's
you're
Bro.
searching for information, and
make a
instead of
claim,
you
they don't
Are
asking
have
you
these
the
brothers to
they're
tell
making
you
it
some
up.
things,
That's just
what
what
you're
it is.
doing is fishing and playing around so they
Timothy
can actually
V?
prove something to you. Why
Why
don't
don't
you
you
do
come
what
up
you
here?
don't understand and you'd like someone to teach you something? That would sound better because that's what it's starting to sound like.
Yeah, you need to humble
Well,
yourself,
what
brother. You
happened
need
is
to
you
humble
made a
yourself.
claim,
You
you dropped the source.
can't come up here asking 15 million questions, and then when you start getting answers, you want to talk shit. You shouldn't. If you know every fucking thing, then why don't you go and talk about what you know instead of coming over here fucking with us?
Because you asked me a question and I said
Same
and I
thing for
brought
you,
forth
Kemet TV. Kemet TV, you stay in the goddamn chat typing
Yeah,
this
that's
shit,
what
but
I'm saying. Somebody time that nigga out.
you won't come up on the fucking
that's where it
panel
goes.
unless you
No,
articulate
don't go for
yourself.
the
Like if
distraction.
it's a Pan African thing, like we gonna civilize you fucking niggas today, cause you niggas obviously still ain't got it together all the way. Let me explain to y'all how this shit gonna go. This is America, okay? Motherfucking, we gonna have decorum around this bitch. I know y'all coming from 16th world countries and shit like that, and goddamn, and you're running from genocide and shit like that. And you don't get to come over here talking shit and judging us because we currently are in the midst of a genocide that's been going on for a little while, and you trying to talk shit to us as if you are going to tell us or impose upon us what the fuck you think is the right truth or whatever. Like, this shit was fucking, like, you niggas is lame as shit, boy. I just hope you niggas don't have no children, bro, because if you leading families with this type of motherfucking mindset, y'all niggas are doomed. I'm just gonna let you know, nigga. My family gonna smoke you niggas boots, nigga. Y'all niggas is weak as fuck. And goddamn it, I don't give a fuck how you feel. Goddamn it, you can come on and hit this link. All you niggas in the chat can hit this link and come and articulate how I'm so fucked up and so wrong. But you know you niggas not, because you niggas ain't built like that. All you do is come on here talking shit in the chat, goddamn Twitter fingering all day. I don't know what type of men you are. Niggas be in the chat like you typing ass niggas, man. Like you can't even talk as men and hold yourself with enough discipline as men to have a conversation, yet we supposed to think you got enough discipline to lead a nation? Psh, please. You niggas is you niggas is weak as fuck.
That's what's really, really scary to me though. These are men that really trolls like they doing. These are the niggas y'all want to lead y'all to a revolution. I don't think so.
These niggas gonna run y'all right off the cliff. Niggas be like, go that way.
Pick up a phone and send a threat message through a motherfucking text. We won't get out here in the street. This goddamn government knocking your people off like a motherfucker. You niggas ain't gonna do shit. Y'all, what y'all gonna do? Send a message to the government? Yeah, come this way if you want to. That's the type of, because y'all like to text in safe places and shit. You niggas are not real warriors. Not at all. Big nigga, y'all troll. I don't know what make people think trolling and stalking is cool. I mean, y'all have took this type of shit to another level, because I remember coming up. Y'all remember when we still had regular phones in the house and shit?
Yep.
And we still call ID. You know, that shit wasn't cool to call somebody and stalk them. I mean, we used to be going off about that shit. Now it's like, it's the norm now. Niggas have made trolling and stalking a normal thing. Like, oh, it ain't, you know, motherfuckers are out here as loose cannon. Ain't nobody in goddamn in the mental institution no more. Like I said, they give niggas a fucking smartphone and a tablet and tell them get online. And that's how they occupy their time with trolling and out here acting like bitches and shit. This shit is not.
Yeah, they told them you can be who you wanna be on here.
They in a system, brother, with this social shit. Everybody is social active. Nobody knows how to be normal. Like they forgot how to act when socializing with the person face to face. All they know is what's going on the internet. The Twitter, and like y'all say, when they can be in the chat and say stuff, nobody see you. You're not gonna face nobody, so they can just say stuff. They get brave. It's all of this stuff. It's all a mental game that they playing with their dang self. And that brother, I'm telling you, he sound like he really want information. So he's like pumping y'all up to make sure you show him sources or something.
Nah,
He
he
don't.
don't
He's
want
been doing this
information.
for almost 2
Hey,
years now. He don't.
yeah.
This is
And let me
the same
tell
way
y'all
that
something. He don't want no information. He one of those video game kids. This is an attention thing. You know what I'm saying? He wants y'all attention and y'all energy. He want to get y'all riled up. You know what I'm saying? His views. He's like a child that's like online too much.
We want people to think that Africa is this great land with all these minerals and all this shit. And that land don't have shit. It don't have shit.
Right.
All the shit that he claimed that Africa got, America got. So he don't want to admit to himself that land is full of shit. Because if it was so great, his motherfucking parents wouldn't have goddamn brought their ass to America. Nigga, if you got everything that it takes to sustain life, why the fuck would you leave there?
Why he keep saying they the most genetically diverse and not acknowledging that means that all y'all look different? What the fuck?
Because look, I showed Kid Grebo, he was trying to push that sickle cell point, right? Or sickle cell trait point. But I showed him a video of his own people collecting mosquitoes, right? Eating millions of mosquito, like they take millions of mosquitoes and make burgers out of
Mosquito
them.
burgers. Yeah, we know about the mosquito burgers. Yeah.
Facts. That's how they got the sickle cell trait. Y'all getting direct mosquito shit. And don't make me play the fucking cat sucking cow ass Kid Grebo, because you know I'll play it. I done played it for you 10 times already. I'll play it.
We definitely don't want to see it.
Ass sucking and anything of that nature on the platform. I would appreciate that.
Look, not just that, bro. I got a new video that my partner sent me. It's an African. It's disgusting, bro. They not from our culture, bro. The African is sitting under the cow, letting the cow urinate and washing his scalp under the cow's urinate. It's disgusting, bro.
I've seen all that shit, man. It's you know, it's different strokes for different folks, you know. I definitely cannot subscribe to that culture.
Smoke baths, that's not our culture, bro. We don't take smoke baths, nigga.
Smoke bath.
You know that. Yeah.
Smoke baths, like, you don't know what a smoke bath is?
I'm assuming if you go into a smoky tent. I don't know, like.
So in Kenya, what they do in Kenya, it was a white boy. He went in, it was a tent. He went up in the tent. It was a Kenyan lady. And what she did is she had like this altar that she made, and it was burning a fire. She put she let the incense burn, no bath, let the incense burn, put it under her arms. She squat right over it, put it under the other arm, and just literally just allow the smoke to to ingest in the skin, no water, straight smoke.
That motherfucker smell like an ashtray.
On God.
Actually, some women do that for rituals. It's not a smoke bath. What it is they're practicing a ritual, and it's a ceremony to purify certain things. Depending on what they're purifying, they do a ritual, and they do have a bath prior to it. Just so you know.
Well, they clarified she ain't taking no bath, and I done played that video on the channel. Ain't no water, ain't no bath. That's how they bathe. Ain't no.
It's called a yoni cleanse. That's what most women do it for. I don't know. Them bitches ain't getting in the tub, you know. No, hell no.
That's different from what we do over here. Totally.
Exactly.
I don't align me or my people with nothing that they do. Period.
But back to this genetic diversity talking point. So everybody on the planet is African. Then how come all the DNA tests don't link you and tell everybody they African?
Everybody in Africa ain't African.
Wait a minute, Beast. What you mean by that? What is an African?
Well, there's a mixture. There's a mixture of 3 different types of Caucasian. One being Aryan, Indo-European, a Shemitic, right? A Hamitic, right? A Barber, a Cushite, and an Egyptian.
That sounded way more than 3, nigga.
Yeah,
that's like 7, bro.
A lot of them are intertwined, but most of those are languages, linguistics. The Hamitic and the Shemitic are languages. So I wanted to carry over the languages, but the main attributes are Aryan, Indo-Europeans, right? Right? And Egyptians are what we know today as Saudi Arabians. Right? The rest consist of people who were colonized by the Franks, right? Which are the French, right? England, right? And the Spaniards. This is why Africans and their so-called states, right, use those particular linguistics with those particular currencies.
Well, look, the 1870 Naturalization Act covers most of what he just said outside of the Egyptian. Like, they would give it to either Sudan or Sicily or some shit like that, Sicilians, whatever. Like, I agree with the assessment on the language, but see, beast mode, they can't get. See, in study, you need 3 things. You need an origin story, which they don't have. You need timeline, meaning eras and dynasties, which he doesn't have. And then you need a language, which he doesn't have. So if you don't have them 3 criteria, you don't have you don't have a people, meaning those people are make-believe. That's why I tell you, Moors are fake. Moors aren't real. The only real Moors are the Berbers. And those are in North Africa, aka Barbaria. All right. All these niggas that come from that are in America talking this Moorish American bullshit. These niggas, the last names is Jackson, Williams, Jones, Brown, you know what I'm saying, Thompson. They grandmama name is Maybelline, you know what I'm saying? Betty May, Mabel. Like, these niggas are regular Black Americans. And I'll say Black for a reason. All right. They have a doctrine that's foreign. And I'll beat them niggas up on that. The Hebrew niggas, they even worse. All right. Because they going off a damn allegorical story. But with the dirty Moors and dirty Pan-Africanists, all right, they can't give you none of that because, number one, bro, they don't understand that their people chose. Like, their people were here at first. The Liberians were here. They chose to go over there, fam. Some people say that they got forced out. Nah, they chose to go over there. They was some coon-ass niggas. All right, so we done read them that 1860 Colonization Act, and I agree with Soulstar. To a degree, that motherfucker want to learn, not for the sake of learning, to learn your arguing points so that he can try to come up over you. That's it. It's that simple. We've been seeing that.
We've seen this before. We've seen this for the last almost decade. The shit does not work.
Facts.
Like this understanding and philosophy of information is impenetrable. It's too much fucking evidence. It's too many angles. It's just too much. It's like when you try to cover up a crime scene and you didn't do a good job at it, right? After motherfuckers start moving shit, you start seeing all types of fucking clues on who actually committed the murder. You know what I'm saying? So they keep trying to keep people from actually observing the crime scene with all this other indoctrination tactics and psychological manipulation. And the real thing is like this, gang. No matter what you call yourself, at the end of the day, your family got a story and they got a history. You know what I'm saying? That is connected to an overall bigger story of our people. I think we keep trying to what's the word? Fantasize about our past and our history instead of tapping into our actual families who have actual histories. And then when we actually start looking at those, a lot of these trees are going to connect anyway. You know what I mean? But it's really about what you value. If you value the information for genealogical purposes and tapping back in, that's cool. If you value it for archaeological purposes, the presentation of buildings and structures and alternative hypotheses, that's cool for me as well. I think just creating the environment and having the ability to allow everybody to bring their perspectives ultimately is where we are going to most benefit from as a people. So I don't take it offensive when people consider themselves Moors, as long as they have a methodology that they have applied that shows how they came to that conclusion. And I'll acknowledge it just the same as Indian or anything else. You know what I mean? Y'all got it though.
That's a fact, bro. I'm gonna say this. I'll give up the mic. I don't have a problem with the Temple Moors because they be snitching on the dirty Moors. You know, they all dirty at the end of the day. It's just the Temple Moors is less dirty, in my opinion. But I respect them more because they tell you, I'm for family. I'm not here to infiltrate. I'm a citizen. I pay taxes, all this. Whereas these other niggas will say that they have their own government. I'm a body politic. You ask them where they from, in my body. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? Huh? You're in your body, and then you walk them down, nigga be like, oh, I'm from New Jersey. I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, all this shit, like, Noble Drew Ali, man, and I've never disrespected him publicly, all right? But Drew Ali, man, he was a card-carrying Cherokee. You can Google that. He was raised by Cherokee. He was an orphan, man, came out of North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, you know, he was mixing the dope. He was using what's called 80. I don't know if it was back then, but it's today. They have the 805 ILCS, they have the 501c3, and they have the 508c8. All right. And what they do with these three documents is like the 805 ILCS, it gives you tax exemption up to 10 acres. But who's going to have a nation? I'm not talking about a neighborhood. I'm not talking about a family. I'm talking about a nation as big as they say they are because they say everybody Moors. So how is the world going to fit on 10 acres, nigga? How the world going to fit on 10 acres? So
I'm going to tell you how, the same way that it can fit on 10 square miles, right? It's about the jurisdiction that those 10 acres actually have. Like your home base could be whatever amount of acreage, right? But if that is in the representation of an empire that has jurisdiction over vast amounts of land, you see what I'm saying? Like we all know the United States is only motherfucking 10 square miles, but yet the power structure and the jurisdiction that it's created for itself, right, is what gives it its ability to be a nation. That's all I would say. Cool.
No, that's facts. So I like how you broke that down. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. When they're setting up, you're supposed to be your own nation. So you're supposed to be working government to government. You shouldn't have to get the approvals of the U.S. You should be able to move freely on your own accord. That's where I get them at. I give it to them. You know what I'm saying? It would be a dope plan if you could get it right, right? Because at the end of the day, bro, like, I don't push trust, but I do believe in trust. You know what I'm saying? I just don't tell people something to do that I'm not currently doing. But that shit is very important, man.
It's very important because if you don't have the trust to protect you,
Anybody with a win in the chat and that person Whitney is a coward, time them out.
Yeah, go ahead, Soul Star.
I said the trust is important because that's the only way you have the ownership or control of yourself when you're putting yourself away from the system. It gives you guaranteed rights. It has the higher law and it's the only authority even over any court. So yeah, the trust is 1,000% effective.
And look, that's why I fuck with Hardline, because Hardline be keeping up with all that. Like, we be on some of the same information. You know what I'm saying? Hardline said that's what, hold on, let me scroll up. He said that's what was infiltrated. Drew Ali was recognized indigenous who started a political party known as Moors Science Temple of America on the Cherokee grounds and went to be recognized. Look, bro, like, don't be surprised, man, if these fake ass celebrities that niggas worship be doing the same fucking thing, man. And just tell you that they black. You know what I'm saying? Tell you that they African American.
Facts.
The Drew Ali dude, he learned from a Hindustan dude. That's where he got the Muslim faith from. That's where Noble Drew Ali actually got all his information. He was in Chicago, correct? And then he met up with this guy. I don't remember his name. He's an older Indian Hindustan guy, so-called Indian. And the guy is the one that taught him the Muslim faith, and he fell under it ever since.
Did y'all have a chance to notice what was posted in the back chat?
Whitney's a coward. Quit talking about your mama like it. That ain't nice. You shouldn't disrespect your parents.
So Georgina Stein, right? Georgia, over there near Russia, which Russia invaded 2017, right? These are what you would call Caucasians with a Q. This is why that terminology, white and black, we have to dismiss that. We have to stop using those particular identificator markers because they have no place value.
Well, real quick, beast mode, just to verify, brother, they do have a place value. Not when it comes to a so-called race, because that's not a race, of course, but it does have a value when it comes to standing in law, because the white just means that you're a landowner. You have certain rights. That's all that white means by law standards.
Okay.
And look, I got the drop on that. So look, hey, look, real quick. Look.
Wait, I already interrupted Beast. Let him get off what he was saying.
I'm sorry.
So
ahead,
this is a place where you can identify Caucasians being spelled with a Q, right? This is giving you a direct location where you can see the group called Caucasians being spelled with a Q, right? So the one that we refer to, the ones that spell with a C, are different from the ones that are spelled with a Q. And then the ones that are spelled with a K are different from the ones that are spelled with a C, and also are different from the ones that are spelled with a Q, right? So when we group all of these identities into one package and we call them white, we're letting them hide right in between our linguistics, the way that we are communicating. We can be precise. We can be with precision. We can be on point. We can be one shot, one kill. But we will only become that once we get rid of that pre-programming, white and black. This is why the first television, the first programming device, was issued in white and black, and all pictures had color. All Polaroid pictures had color. It was distinctly devised to program you to see in black and white, from the television set to the newspaper. And I'll land there.
And it was devised to pick up on information. They were reading us through the screens, those tubes, those big tubes, just like the
Yes, ma'am.
lead picks up frequency. Remember when they used to go off and you hear that beep? I don't know how many people remember that, but that was a distinction then because it was a tuning. It was a tuning and the brainwashing. And when they used to be playing that song, that it was some national anthem or something, it actually had subliminal words that
Yes.
were in that as well. So it was brain mapping. It was literally wave formatting that I talk about all the time. I know people get tired of it, but I be trying to drill that shit in. It was literally wave formatting, writing on the brains, and also picking up on the intellect. That's how they started obtaining intellectual AI information from us, literally from those tube TVs.
So let me say something real quick to that. So I hear that people don't fuck with the Moors, right? But then in the same breath, I hear that we shouldn't fuck with black. The only people I ever heard say that, or at least the first person people I ever heard say that, was the Moors. So are we saying that it's okay to utilize Moorish ideology when it's something that we want to perpetuate for our own agendas? Or are we saying that Moors are inherently dirty and we should get away from all things that is associated with it, as well as like the terms black and white? Because see, this is what I do, right? And let's just say hypothetically we take the term black and white in the programming away. Does that ultimately fix a lot of the issues within our community that we see perpetuated? Like, does that change things for us in a positive manner, or is it more of a like morale based type of?
So look,
Yeah, no, it don't change.
good question. It's a
Hey,
good question.
Smoke trying to get in
When
real
it
rap. He was trying to say something for the
hey,
longest.
look, y'all go.
I think
Hey,
something wrong with your
Your
mic,
mic
brother.
is low, Smoke.
oh, hold on, real quick. I'm finna fix that.
Mic check.
Yeah,
Microphone check.
I don't know what that nigga did.
There you go.
Mic check.
Microphone check.
You clear.
Yeah, I had to take that dollar store Bluetooth off. But look, check this out. So, has the conversation about mental health, has that been abandoned?
well, I think it was further supplemented and confirmed with the arrival of Kid Grebo and Rob Noxious.
Which brings me to another interesting point. Y'all ran out the hors d'oeuvres, so I might have to pick and choose one of you niggas to put on the table before I leave this panel. But I'm gonna consider that. But right now, let's dive into this. Let's dive into this Black Moor scenario that ALTV just brought up. And I say, ain't none of these. I say ain't no title better than the other title because it's all predicated on what you are, not who you are. Anybody want to argue that?
I can't argue with it.
Nigga, I'm arguing all more points, nigga.
I think a
So
person
I'm
have a
arguing
right
all
to
more
choose
points.
their
Go
own
ahead,
path.
Smoke.
So the
so we
question.
oh, my fault. I just want to clarify something, right? Because I feel like we just keep getting into this loop, and more is a trigger word, right? Trigger shit in certain individuals, and it makes them go in a fight to protect niggas from all things more. And it's cool. Like I get it. Like, you do whatever your heart inspires you to do, but let's just make sure we all have a. See, if we playing with different shit, different toys, right? Then we all ain't gonna have the same motherfucking results. But let's play with the same toys. Let's play with the same tools, and then see if we come with different results, right? So when we talking about the term more, right? How are we describing this shit right now? Are we talking about how it's described colloquially, meaning descriptive term? Are we talking about certain type of architecture, a certain associated with a certain culture, language, and traditions that's associated with specific people? Like, what are we saying when we say the Moors? Like, what are we exactly saying? Are we saying niggas? Are we saying the niggas from North Africa? who had white slaves? Like, what are we saying?
Let me respond to that real quick.
I'm glad you
Okay,
asked that. So look, hold on. Look, I'm gonna share my screen, bro, because it's gonna be a good little lesson. Before I share my screen, though, all right, I'm gonna let you know. I got newspaper articles that go back to 1777 all the way to I think 1963. All right. And in those newspaper articles with my other cross reference, it's gonna show you it's even in the Bible. They're even in the Bible as eunuchs. Okay. That's why I say, where would we be without Noble Drew Ali? I tell you, before Noble Drew Ali, I'm gonna give y'all some drop. His name is Duse Muhammad. All right, spelled different ways. One of the ways is Duse, and then sometimes it's Dussee. All right. But Duse Muhammad was Noble Drew Ali's teacher. All right, and Duse Muhammad, I'm gonna read about him real quick. He was born 11/21, 1866. He died in 45. Born in some people have him in Lagos, other people have him in Egypt. Was born in Alexandria, Egypt, to Abdul Salim Ali, an Egyptian army officer, and a Nubian mother who was a national of Sudan, but whose name is unknown. Before I continue, on the point that you asked, right, with that architecture, the newspaper that I'm going to show you, and when you look up documentations, a lot of times they'll tell you that these buildings were broken apart, or these buildings are no longer. And you got to remember too, even in the newspaper article that I got, it's some fake news. So I've been doing research on a man named Az Kazar. All right. And he's a fake entity. And you got to always keep that in mind. These people have no problems making up people in history in order to get their point through and across. But that Duse Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? That's Noble Drew Ali's teacher. Now I'm going to share my screen. All right. And I'm going to show y'all about these Moors. These Moors were eunuchs. All right. What they did, how you know they were eunuchs? What they went through was known as the Arabian imperialism period. And what the Arabs would do is they would castrate them, and it says 40% of them didn't make it, but the ones that did make it, as a sign of status and principle, or a sign of status in society, they would dress them up in high fashion, right? Kind of like a side hug. That's exactly what it was. And these dudes, when the Arab would leave to go to war, the eunuch, the Moor, all right, he was to guard the house, guard the assets, and whenever the Arab got back, the eunuch got fucked on. Period. And that's their history. And they don't want to tell you that. Also, they don't want to tell you that there's names. There's Angera Moors, Benny Hansen Moors. All right. There's another one. It's slipping my mind right now, but that Angera is spelled two different ways. It's spelled ANJO.
You drifting, bro. Like, get to the essence of the question, bro. We trying to do that, nigga.
They're fake, nigga. Like, what else I gotta tell you? I know you here to defend it, bro, but they're not real people, bro. That's the point, and I'm walking it down.
All right,
That is the point.
Let me add to that real quick, because he's actually on point with that. But we want to go back to the origin, right? Right, to the actual makeup, right? And so the part that I choose to add to that is Benedict the Moor of OFM, which is a Sicilian Franciscan, right, Pharaoh, right, which is in layman's term a Catholic Moor, right? Right. These are Catholics before they are Islam, or before they are Mohammedanism, right? Right. These Moors are coming from San Frontillo, or what we know today as France. These are Francos. These are what you would call Draconians.
They Teutons.
Teutons, yes, ma'am. Right. So during they originally are being controlled by the Catholic Church, the Pope. right? These are Christians. They're responsible for the Christian Crusades. They are also responsible for the colonization that took place all over the earth.
Can I add to that beast mode real quick?
Yes, you got it.
Real quick. So on that with the Teutons and the Jesuits, because they are the Jesuits, they are the Etruscans, they are the Moors. All these titles are the same people. And they are the ones exactly that created that 1611, the very first Jesus Church in 1611. And they created the foundation over in Bogota, Colombia, where they formulated everything on the Emerald Trade Center. And they also have the World Trade Center, the UN, and all this other crap over there. This is how they have the formulation of the corporation for the United States on in Washington on Bogota. That's why it's called Bogota, because that's where they formulated everything at, and that's all part of what they did with the Christian Dome, the Christian DOME, which was the doming of the mind with the Christian theology that was brought onto the nation, like you just said.
All right, hold up. I need confirmation.
Look.
Hold on, real quick.
Hey,
I need some confirmation. Hey, Ab TV.
Hey, look.
Hold on.
It's more 1 second.
No, bro, you getting too much. You get too. Bro,
I
you are
need-
not
I
the
need
star of the
two-
show,
I need
bro.
2 seconds
Hey,
to tell
bro,
Ab something. Hey,
you is a cameo, nigga.
no,
Hold
bro,
on.
hey, look,
Hey,
just
Ab
cover the
TV.
screen, Ab.
What?
Bro, hold on. I'm just telling Ab to cover the screen because the thing I'm about to share, I don't want to get his channel shut down. So can you just cover the screen, bro? I'm gonna read it once smoke is done.
Well, shit, don't share it.
Don't
Hey,
share
Ab
it,
TV.
nigga.
Hey, Ab
What are you
TV.
talking about?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Like,
what was your question again? Because I felt like,
whatever.
yeah,
All right, I'm trying.
I feel like that was nowhere near what the hell you was trying to get it.
I feel like I didn't get the answer for it either. So maybe should I say it again or should I say it in a
Yeah,
different way?
please. Yeah, I think it was a very, it was a very. All right.
Okay, so let me make it a little bit more simple. When we're talking about the term Moor, right? Is this describing black people as we know it? Because see, it's people who have hypothesis that the Moors are describing, right? Like A1, they're describing melanated people, right? Who these melanated people were, where they came from, all of these things. I don't think that's up for debate at that point. I think it's more of an argument of whether the term Moors has been associated with melanated people and people in the Americas, the melanated people in the Americas, right? So I think that's where the confusion kind of comes in because Moors or Moorish has been a descriptive of people, culture, architecture, and all other types of different caveats in reality, right? So I'm trying to figure out when we're using the term Moor, are we talking about like a specific family? Like, is it a certain, like, how do we quantify or qualify who these people are and what they look like, right? Because it's very ambiguous as a term. And how do we qualify and quantify who are the Moors and what is their roles in history?
It's a religion, brother.
They were the original colonizers. That's who the Moors were.
Yes.
They were the original colonizers. They were the ones that orchestrated bringing over all the immigrants over here. They so-called thought they was going to abuse and bring everything to be able to use them to their advantage and be able to keep controlling everything. But they got stupid and let them take over by giving them certain rights and letting them do this and do that. So they changed and started using all this paperwork and incorporation, using articles of incorporation, using the copyrights and everything so that they can have all these documents over with the queen. And the Moors are the ones that orchestrated, and they are of our color. They weren't us, but they were our color.
Yes, correct.
All right, so look right here. Y'all can just type eunuch, EUNUCH, and put more in front or behind. It's gonna come up. It says during the this shit sad. During the trans-Saharan slave trade, millions of African men were captured from Darfur, Abyssinia, Kordofan, Zanzibar, and other African nations, then ultimately castrated in Arab-controlled regions, both in the Arabian and Africa. And it's got a picture to go with it. That's why I was trying to cover up. I was all right, no problem. Ironically, I got you. Hold on. Ironically, where did I leave off at? Next page. Castrated. All right. Ironically, their lack of sexual function did not prevent them from obtaining privileges such as working as harem guards and palace courtiers. These forced castrations, which made African boys into eunuchs, were done by Arabs known as the Shamba. You can look that up. Chamba. Shamba. Young boys, victims of raids and wars, were subjected to the horrid, monstrous, inhumane process of castration without anesthesia, which had a 60% mortality rate. To stop the bleeding, hot coals were cast into the naked womb, which was followed by the most blood-curdling alien scream a human could make. If the child survived this brutal act, there was to be a life of influence and luxury. Silk garments, Arabian thoroughbreds, jewels were bestowed on them to reflect the wealth of their Arab masters. That's what I was talking about. These castrated African men served as guards and caretakers of mosques as well as administrators. These are the enslaved, castrated African men so many of you are praising, whom lived a miserable existence during the so-called Moorish Empire, which was nothing more than Arab imperialism. These modern-day organizations of American Negroes calling themselves Moor spend their days regurgitating frivolous historical accounts about Moorish soldiers, generals, politicians, artists, craftsmen, and sailors. But what they're not telling you is the truth that the Moorish Empire was nothing more than an Arab-dominated East and North African empire of castrated slaves, my nigga. All right, now I'm going to come back and share the screen once y'all get done.
That's it. You said it, Rap. You said it.
I'm finna get off of here. Everybody have a master rest of the day. I'll be listening in the chat. I got to drive.
All right, Auntie.
Hey, sister.
Yes, sis.
Sister, so hit me up. We can do a live tomorrow.
Okay, babe.
Tomorrow evening. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Let me give a special shout out to my sister Chickahominy Roots as well as Natural for supporting the channel. We appreciate y'all as always. We got 141 people in the building. I'd appreciate if y'all hit that like button. Share the video out for me one time. Hey man, definitely interesting information to run across. So what do you say to people who use it as a descriptive meaning term black or black people? So because that sounds like that story could be applied to Europeans, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Like the African and the European share the same exact story, bro. Like if you look up the etymology on slave, it'll take you to a book that I've been breaking down on my channel. It's the Cambridge Medieval. What is it called? It's the Cambridge. It's a long ass title. The Cambridge Medieval. Some Western Empire, Western movement of Saracens, some shit. I'm gonna pull up in a second. And they have the same exact story. And that I could read to you. I can share the screen. I could read. To answer your question before we get there. So black and Moor, all right. If you want to go off the historical or off the mainstream academia definition, Moor just means to be a dark person. Or a dark colored person.
Say. I thought it was.
That's literally it. You know, it doesn't tell you who the person is. It doesn't tell you family history.
But if they were calling Moors dark, if they were calling them that over there, if they all came over and colonized, it would make sense that
that's the black
colonizer. A colonizer would tell you all that you are a part of me. So if I came and took over your house, I would say all y'all are Moors now. See what I'm saying? So it seemed like, it seemed like instead of all black people being Moors or so-called black people, it seemed like those a few people that were called Moors also indoctrinated and colonized everybody else to think. It's kind of like the white man saying we're all Americans now. They kind of have
So
this.
what is the perspective on the alternative hypothesis of people coming from the Americas and colonizing the rest of the world, or let's just say civilizing the rest of the world, everything coming from the Americas? From that perspective in that story, wouldn't that be similar to the Moorish story as well?
The difference is, a great question. The difference is we gave life. They took life. Now, was it conflict? Nobody's going to want to be colonized. Nobody's going to want to come to the light. But that's why I like to go through the food and how to feed yourself, because America has always, from my research, fed the world. So that's the difference in my opinion. Look, Ab, say you're stronger than me, right? You're more intelligent than me, you're stronger than me. But all I have is like gorilla will. I got the will of a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do whatever I got. Like, Kid Grebo is a perfect example. He's got the will of like a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? He don't win, but he won't stop. All right. And eventually, how ebbs and flows work, if I can get you, if I can find a weak point, you know, I'm gonna one day I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? One day. And that's all that happened in my opinion. Like, my research going back to 1189. All right. And I know some people go further back, but that's what I can verify personally. Is as long as we've been having to fight our borders and cover our borders. You know what I'm saying? So to land my plane, bro, when you are a lesser nation and you can defeat a greater nation, what's that naturally going to happen? The natural occurrence is the vibratory rate is going to fall. All right, ancient knowledge or wisdom or things that you've been procuring are going to go to the wayside, because this new conquering class they don't have the ability from the forethought. And that book that I mentioned, it shows that. Matter of fact, I did a clip of that showing how the Slosians, all right, which are another group of these motherfuckers, that's the other name I was trying to think of. The Slosians and the Lobos, what they were doing was they were going and attacking a greater people that just wasn't as militarily dominant. And that's why whenever I get done with that and everybody gets to speak, I like to play that Lacono video, because that's exactly what they did. From the book that I got referenced in the brother's information.
I want to say that on that the Moors did the same thing that the 5 tribes did over here. So over there, they traded. Half of them decided to go with these Europeans, and they started fighting each other. They even fought against their own. And these are who these Moors are. They're the ones that were wearing the red caps. This is where they always show these pictures of these red caps. They were able to tell that they were the ones that traded. The ones that wore the caps were the ones that were with the Europeans, and they traded against the ones of the country. And this is how these Moors came to so-called be established as, the Moors with wearing these Turks and the hats and all this other stuff.
All right, I got a question. Has at any time in any historical account, anciently, modernly, has there existed more than one empire at a time?
Yep.
What time was this?
I can't verify how early, but I know as early as like 1400, they were like 3 great nations when everything was like pretty much together. There wasn't all this separation of the lands and all of that.
Yeah.
Was there one single empire, or was there 3 distinct empires?
It was one great nation with 3 different sectors, basically. So there were like three different kings that had.
Can we bring up some visuals while we talking for the chat?
Well, I'm on my phone. I can't bring up anything. I just speak on what he's asking.
Y'all got it.
And then you also got
The
to take in
reason why.
consideration the dynasties. The dynasties.
Go ahead, Smoke. I know where you getting at. Go ahead.
Right. The reason why I make this suggestion is because Moors claim to have had an empire. Can anybody tell me the name of the empire they claim to have? Had Almaroc, some shit like that. Outlander. I don't know. I never knew the. So you saying the Ottoman? You saying the Ottoman Empire?
Wait, hold up. We're not gonna do speculation without foundation. So we look up. That's why I asked to bring up visuals. When we look up the word Sagamores, it's gonna say Algonquin, American Indian chiefs. So we keep bringing this shit across the pond. Let's deal with why they call these people Moors. What occupation was they doing from the Caribbean, from the top of Canada all the way to South America before we keep throwing it on the other side of the pond?
Oh, you know what, bro? That's I'm not sure. I thought that was China. But you know what? Something I read some material that was showing that as well. When it comes to that, like the nations, those nations were also over here. When they say the Moors were different ones that had certain characteristics for noble areas or guardsmen in the American lands. The L's were Choctaws, and they were considered watchers of the North Gate, and the Bays were watchers of like the South Gate, and they were I think they were. I need to I'm gonna pull this up right quick so I can read this since you said that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna hold for 1 second.
See how it always goes from a description to a religion to an occupation to a land variant. Like this Moors thing gets very convoluted. Now, anytime I've ever seen two Moors together, and I began an inquisition, I never get anything that's cohesive from either of the particular individuals.
Smoke, they might be like them jailhouse niggas that convert to Islam. It's no different from Moors and Christians, so they might get the elementary school level, but don't go into depth of it.
Well, I can only base.
Let's put this.
I can only.
Can I read this real quick? It's real
Don't let her read. Don't let her read.
The Ottoman Empire and the Roman Empire.
Beast, real quick. This gonna be quick. It's only like 4 sentences. It says the meaning of the Aboriginal. This is the title. Somebody sent me this. A person, we were discussing some things, and I had this for a while, and I happened to run up on it. But it says the meaning of Aboriginal, indigenous, Moorish noble titles. It says all ethereal Chickasaw were the bringers of law, most noble and exalted. Usually this title is given for an act of courage or accomplishment. And then it says the L, that's for the Ali. And it says for L, they were Northgate. And it said they were the Cherokee. And it said God, force, power. Hebrew also means the cosmos, giver of the Elohim, usually for women or men coming back into the knowledge that represent the feminine principle. Then it says Bay, B-E-Y, Elohim. And it says they are the Choctaw governors of the land in Moorish civilization. Obey and they enforce the laws of the prophets. Teachers, and it says the foot soldiers, Bay also of Southgate. And it says Seminole of the degrees of the eternal zodiac, your Mexican and Cuban.
Respect the fucking L's.
And then it says all, A-L is the unknown, Creek, Muskogee of the land of the
check it or respect it.
Governors. That's all I'm gonna read. That's on that. And it's
hold up. Ab TV, can you pull up the etymology?
Melchizedek.
Ab TV, could you pull up the etymology to Sagamore? And what up? We could battle right now. I'll kill all that noise. I'll stomp you out, little bro. I've been doing this since the 90s. What is Melchizedek? What is Melchizedek, nigga? What's Mel? What's Chi? What's Mel? First break down Mel.
Man, fuck all
break
that.
Down Mel. Break down Mel.
In the context, it's supposed
break down MEL.
I don't have to do none of this.
Let's get it. You gonna learn today. Let's get it. Let's get it. Niggas got speculation. Niggas got speculation with no foundation. Let's get it.
And then look,
I'm a wordsmith. I always keep my sword sharp. Let's do it, nigga. Let's do it. You from Europe with that forehead, bro. Let's get it. You can't represent America.
Boy, stop it, boy. Your pedophile teacher was
Before
pushing that.
Dr. York, who was teaching
You a supporter
Melchizedek,
of a
nigga.
pedophile, my nigga. I
So
just
you
told you.
Indian though, right? I'm gonna kill him
I
with his
just
own
told
words. You Indian, right? You
I
Indian,
just
right?
told you.
You
I
Indian,
just
right?
told you. I
You
just
Indian,
told
right?
you. I just
You
told
Indian,
you.
right?
Nigga, let's deal with
You Indian,
Melchizedek.
right?
You
Yes or no? You
support
Indian, right?
pedophiles, nigga.
You
Let's
Indian,
talk
right?
about that.
I just
You
try to
Talk
support
about your father
pedophiles.
beating your ass, boy. This ain't
Nah, nigga
Moonlight
ain't
Part
beating
2.
shit, boy.
But you Indian, right?
You can't beat me
I just
physically
try to
or
relax.
mentally. Boy, stop.
I'm a Golden Glove.
Boy,
Google me.
stop.
You Indian,
Boy,
right?
stop.
I come from a
Boy,
bloodline of
stop. You are
demonstrators, nigga.
nobody.
Google me,
You
nigga.
are
How about
nobody, my
that?
nigga.
But you ain't answering
You
the question.
support pedophiles. Nigga, you support that whole
Relax.
Are
demography.
you Indian?
That's a
Are you
pedophile
Indian?
movement.
I'm gonna let you go to the back now.
Mental health. I'm glad. Let's talk about this mental
Relax.
health.
I don't want to talk about it no more. I talked about it some more. We was talking about some other shit. We can continue about the other shit, but we have to have a respectable discourse. Y'all gotta relax. Gotta relax.
I'm cool, calm, and collective. I'm always in
Yeah,
that
what's up,
position. I
shot?
ain't no hoe.
Hey, shot Apple, why you come on like that, man? You ain't there pushing
Yeah,
me.
Cause he
man.
been coming at me and I'm ready to smash the bug. And that's how I got my name up. I used to beat up bullies. I used to let niggas slap people around 99 times when you knock them out. Why you do that? So let's get it.
Well, do some push-ups for me, nigga. Do some push-ups. You need to call your head down.
But Ab TV for the viewers, can you pull up the etymology to Sagamore and then break down Melchizedek next?
I'm not even on my computer, man. I'm over here. I'm on sourdough right now. I ain't about to get up
Cause
and
we
do
need
nothing.
stones to build. We don't
Man,
need
FTV
mud.
out there gas, man. Y'all ain't
I'm
y'all
up
over
there
here. They
Oh
over here
no,
arguing
ain't.
about etymology and shit, man. He out there gas.
y'all trying
Yeah,
to
cause
talk.
people be talking. It's 2023, man. Come on, like it's the age of
Hey, well, look.
information.
Hey, take it. Look,
Go
take
ahead,
it from the
Smoke.
hip.
Let tag team
Hey,
Smoke. You next. Let's go,
look.
Smoke.
No, I'm just saying, y'all gonna box, but y'all take it from the hip. And whoever make the most, whoever make the most sense, gonna win this goddamn bout.
So who
Go
want to
ahead.
pull up, share screen, Smoke? Somebody do it, cause I can't do it from my phone. Or you can read it. Go to etymology to what is Sagamore to answer Smoke question.
I got you. All right, so you want etymology.com?
The #1 etymology dictionary with the motherfucking lions on the bitch.
All right,
Shot
look,
Apple,
before I
say it
start,
again.
bro. Hey, look, respectfully, Chi, Shy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm not the one making subliminal videos, bro. I can't add a conversation, so let's
Oh
go.
no, I wasn't subliminal. It was for who it was for. If the shoe fit, wear that motherfucker.
You ready? All right, we're doing Sagamore, Sagamore.
This for Smoke. This for Smoke. Yeah, Sagamore.
All right, let's go. Y'all see the screen?
Yeah, you clear.
Yeah, read it. Break it down. Read it.
Sagamore, king or chief among some Native American tribes.
Hold on. Answer my question, real rap. Are you Indian?
I'm a Mississippian, yes, sir.
So with that said, right? Melchizedek was the king of the Sachems, but that's a pedophile. So you down with pedophiles, by the way.
Nah, that's how you define it, bro. My people never claim Melchizedek or any.
But what the etymology just said to what's the Sagamore?
Hey, but that's
So
16.
obviously
So hold
you
on,
was a
so hold
worker
on.
born
You
in.
admit, hold
So
on,
you
all
was
right,
a
all right.
worker. You wasn't
You
even
asked,
a
hold on,
chief.
bro. You asked
You
me
was
a
a
question.
worker. Your family was workers.
Let's have a
Order in
let's
the
have a
court.
conversation.
Order in the court. Hold on. Can we refrain from using the P word, please, in an attempt to not get my third channel and 3 months taken down, please? I
I ain't say
appreciate
nothing crazy. I just said people,
it.
family was workers, not bosses and
Look,
movers and
no problem.
shakers.
So look, Sean. So are you admitting that your history only goes back to 1610?
That ain't my history. I'm breaking down these words, but people be
Nah,
saying, "Oh,
well, so hold on.
so
To have
finish
a
reading."
word, to have a word origin is giving you the history of the word and the origin of the word. So are you admitting right now that your origin only goes back to the 1600s?
I ain't say that was my order. I said look up the etymology to Sagamore for
All
the
right, well,
viewers.
nah,
So
so
finish
because
reading it then. I just want to stop you. You
are you
said you
gonna
was
be
Indian, and it say
I'm gonna have
Sachem. What's a
I'm reading it
Sachem?
verbatim, bro.
Real
I'm
rap, but
not
what's a Sachem though? Please, for the viewers, what's a Sachem? A Sachem?
a chief of a Native American tribe, 1620s, from Narragansett,
Keep going,
Algonquin,
cause it go to the 1400.
Sanchum,
What's the sachem, bro? That's what I'm asking. You said you Indian, you a Mississippian. Mississippians had plenty of sachem. So what is a sachem? Real rap.
It says a chief, but that's how they define it. So according to how we say chief, in my language, I'd have to grab my book. But one of it is Miko, number one. All right. So my terminology and your terminology doesn't fit because this is number one, a describing term of a people that didn't have the similar language. So you're not making a point. But I'll read your full context. I don't have a problem with that.
Can I pose something for just a second?
Yes.
When the word or the classification of Native American is issued, especially when we have a timeline for this issuance, we got to understand that America is a continent, right? It's not a country, right? And the corporation of the United States of America had not been established yet before this definition in the time frame that is being presented. So where are we talking about these Native Americans? Where are we talking about that they exist? Are we talking Latin America? Are we talking South America? Are we talking Mesoamerica? Are we talking Mexico? Where are we talking that these Native Americans are at? And why are they there? Right? All within contents. Right? All within contents. Proceed.
So I'll read it again. And look, good point, because I was going to come back. Does somebody else want to go before I read?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just roasting.
All right, no problem.
Go ahead.
So Sanchum, or Sanchum, chief of a Native American tribe, 1620s, from Narragansett, Algonquin, Sanchum, chief, ruler, cognate with Abenaki, Sagman, Delaware, Sakima, Micmac, Sakumo, Penobscot, Sagumo, applied in jocular use to a prominent member of any society from 1680s. Specific political use in U.S., is by 1890 from its use in New York City as the title of the high 12 officials of the Tammany Society. All right. Sagamore again, king chief or chief among Native American tribes, 1610s. Sagamo from Abenakis, Algonquin. Zogimo, chief ruler, which is distantly related to the source of Sanchum. All right, that's the last one. So to the point, Shah, once again, this isn't my language base. You're at a stuck point of the 1600s. You said you had one for the 14. Do you want to do another word?
I seen an article that'll go back for the 1400s. But let's play with these words, right? So you take away the A and the C, you have Shem. And everybody want to say we the Shemitic people, right? And Shem was the oldest. If we had to break it down biblically, you got to know the land where you at. If it's calling them, and I ain't even saying the USA, if it's calling it Sachems, that's telling you right there what it is. A Sachem, a Salem, Jerusalem, Perusalem, but you not getting it. So when I say Melchizedek, it's a priesthood. You want to bring up the Mayans, they following a priesthood. That's why I asked you to break down what the Mel stand for, and what do the Chi stand for, and the Zedek stand for, before you jump out the window.
I'm not me personally, I'm not personally attached to this information, bro. I'm coming from the mind, not the heart.
So why would you say niggas promoting pedophilia though, bro?
I want to address what you said, because this is only
Sound you projecting.
I'm having a conversation, bro. Don't get in your feelings, fam. So the thing is this: your stop point is the 1600s, bro. All right, I'll give you 14. All right, but like your teacher likes to say, or one of your brothers, Chief Holiday, like he likes to say, what about the ancient times? All right, what about the first peoples? Are you telling me that word goes back to the first peoples? So on, before you interject. All right, the only more that I respect and have major love for is brother C. Freemanell. All right, I got a lot of love for that brother. Rest in peace, because that brother he puts it together in a way that
Wait, because you about to start dragging it. Let's stay on the Sagamore and the Sachim now.
Bro, I didn't cut you
Yeah,
off, bro.
because you just talking.
I
So
let
I'm
you get your
trying to
shit
get you
off.
straight to the point for the people. It's an occupation as well besides a
But it's
rank.
not going
So
to
do the etymology to real rap to moorings, please, and
So look,
marinas.
bro, like without getting in our feelings, bro, because
I ain't
like
in
I
my
said,
feelings.
it's in emotion. I'm trying to land my plane, bro.
Speak
I
for
didn't cut you
yourself.
off. I didn't cut you off. Nah, stop projecting. So the thing is this: it doesn't go back to even a AD or a so-called BC, which you already know those time periods are trash.
So they wasn't trading in the BC and AD time, real rap?
Say again?
So they wasn't trading in the ancient times, real rap?
That's not the point. What the point is,
Nah, yes, we're gonna stay on subject. So I'm giving
You're
you what you
bringing
want, right?
You're bringing a new point, bro. Because you just said it was a priesthood. It was this, was that. Now we're going to the trade. Obviously, there's been trade from time immemorial. Obviously, but there's no
We looked up
verifiable proof.
Sagamore, then it brought up
Where
sachems.
are you in the so-called ancient times, bro? Where are you? Because I could find you.
We talking about trades and occupations in these words, brother. So look up moorings next, because you're just talking. Look up moorings and look up marinas.
Fuck all that. So this is what we're gonna do. So this is my website. All right, this is the website that I like to use.
Here we go. Just get to it.
Because y'all on that dirty more time. No problem. Respectfully, no problem.
Yeah, speak for your bloodline.
Respectfully. Or my bloodline never told me that I was a Moor, Melchizedek, none of that bullshit, bro. That shit has
That's
an origin.
personal.
My bloodline
Stand on your bloodline. Stand on your coat of arms, nigga.
Well, look, at the end of the day, then we don't have to talk about if we taking it to bloodline, because that's personal, like you said.
So yeah, so what your bloodline occupation was? What was your trade?
Fusilier, I'm gonna tell you. So look, I'm gonna no, nigga. My bloodline on my maternal side were Fusiliers. When you look that up, they were the gun toters, gun makers, and they traded in ammunition. All right. As far as my dad's side were the planters. My dad's side, that's all they did was sharecrop. We have a lot of land down here, so I can speak for my family, bro.
So with that said, right? Did they stay domestic or was they international, real rap?
On my mom's side, they were international, so they dealt with what's known as Armorica. All right, Armorica.
So with that said, real rap, if they was international, right? They had to play it on the waterways, right?
We're not doing that.
They had to play it on waterways, right? Yeah, stop it.
Bro? Why are you being argumentative? Why can't we be men and have a conversation?
I'm not being argumentative. I'm not loud like you. I'm cool, calm, and collective.
Stop cutting me off, brother. So
I can do it where I want. Stay focused. Stay focused.
I am focused.
You ain't focused. Keep talking. Do your presentation. Don't worry about me. Fuck it with your head.
Fusilier, all right, is old Creole, all right, and it goes back, like I said, to Armorica, which they'll tell you France, but France has a founding date of 1792. So my people are obviously older than France. And how you know that we're not the same people, because in France or Armorica, they spoke Gaelic, all right, whereas we spoke parts of Creole and we spoke the Choctaw language, all right.
Can I ask you one more question, real rap? Without I ain't cutting you off. I'm asking you a question. Who was the chiefs? Who was the CEOs of the industry of your family, bro?